As I suspected, 32 flavors.
That's my opinion!
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Toxic Tuesday. I see a lot of new faces. I see a lot of familiar faces. Blake N, nice to meet you. He says, Cora Black sent me over. This should be good. You're damn right it'll be good. Cole Frank, howdy. Fuck you, Garrett. I'll let Garrett say fuck you later. But hi, Rob Altus. What's up, dude? Well, yeah, of course Garrett was right about that shit. Dash Attack, Taco Bell. That's what's up, man. Naked Fame, be well, all whole. I know, right? Putin's cat, you can trust me. You guys, I love these names. So, Megastar Productions, Mellow Greetings. Hello, hello. Sir Talks a Lot. This is going to be a kick ass stream. The lovely Sherry. D Bud Martin. Hello, hello, humans. Nice to see you. Deleted scenes. Yes. And here we go. And Raquel, hello, hello. Naked Fame. What's going on, guys? Welcome to one and all. The 29th episode, Toxic Tuesday. Obviously, we all know why we're here. Obviously, we know the name by now. We know Demolition Man. This is a absolutely fucking stellar flick. I'm not going to talk too much about it now because I'm going to have the boys talk about it. And, of course, I'll throw in some statements here or there. So, I'm bringing our panelists. I'm going to try to be a little bit nicer, quicker, and swifter about it. So I'm going to bring in Mark D with a C. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Thanks for having me. Yep.
My pleasure, man.
Awesome movie. So looking forward to it.
Oh my God. Yes. This is one that many people have been asking for. So it's about damn time we're doing this one.
This is awesome. Yep. And I remember seeing, we'll get into it more obviously, but I saw this it was date night with another couple. So we actually got to see a good movie on date night. So
that's so that's so fucking romantic. I love it. It's so toxic.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to bring in that 70s rock fan.
Gentlemen, hail. Welcome to the future.
Yes.
And it's not what you thought it was going to be.
No,
how are you guys?
Not. We're good. How you doing, dude?
I'm awesome, man. I'm here to celebrate what is possibly the finest movie. It's the peak of Western civilization. It was downhill all the way after this.
Yes,
this is just such a good movie. I'm so pleased we're doing this tonight. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
And then the magnificent one himself, the one who always has a complaint to say, Mad Mardigan.
I'm fourth billing now, mother. I dressed up like fucking my uncle for this shit, and you're gonna make me fourth.
May the fourth be with you, man.
Greetings. I'm so glad you could fiber optic me in here today.
You know I love you, man.
You didn't dress up like Simon Phoenix then. What's wrong with you?
I told him. Sorry, never mind. Go on. I'm not gonna do my Simon Phoenix.
Oh, you should.
I told him they were in there. He said he didn't care. That's witness testimony. Send him to ice jail.
All right. Bringing our guys here. Another Toxic Tuesday regular, Mr. Dustin of Brutal and Keto Simple. Dustin.
Hey, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hey, Dustin.
Hello, sir. Nice to see ya.
It's going to be fun.
This is, once again, we keep saying it's going to be another one for the ages, and somehow we keep topping it. It ends up being another one for the ages. So let the Goldberg streak continue tonight. So nice to see you. Thank you, as always, for joining. And now we're going to bring in from down under. I've been wanting to get this guy on here for a bit. Mr. Grant Gregory.
Be well, everyone. If not, be fucked. Can't wait to talk about
it. By the way, he's been with us on Mad Barber Entertainment for a couple weeks now as our Chief Executive Officer of Technology, Marketing, and Diversity.
Only 12 away from 500 subs.
That's true. We are 12 away.
He's looking a little bit hell-bent for leather as well.
Grant, I'm surprised you haven't told him to take that job and shovel it yet.
Is that a joke? Is there a joke in there?
Yeah, there was a Demolition Man joke in there.
Oh, shovel it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
He got it. He got it.
Yay.
Teddy bear.
Jokes.
Yes. All right.
That's
Anyways,
those funny things. They end with a
yeah,
laugh.
remember those. All right, and now bringing in from the Crow's Nest, also of Midnight's Edge After Dark, Mr. Jesse Miller.
Hola.
How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, Jesse.
Toxic. How about you?
Feeling good. You know, I love this movie, so there you
Good.
go. It's gonna be an easy one.
Yeah, right. We'll be talking, and of course, we got a very special guest joining us. We got a few more coming in later, but we got a very special guest who was on here once, and now he's coming back. You know him from some show that was big on here, but now he's also on this other big show, soon to be Nerdrotic. Mr. Quarter Black Garrett, the winner of the Quarter Black BET Award.
Is it getting hot in here? Or is it just me?
Ah!
Good to be here.
I mean, we have a
I was
cold
like,
front.
you guys.
We have a cold front moving through, so it's really not that
That is
hot in
true,
here.
Yeah.
That's
just me then.
Hold on. Toxic Man Flu. What Tox? What did you do? Oh, Garrett, you get to see the new clip. That's what I play when I get money now. Toxic Man Flu
It's
for
the money shot.
$10 says, did Mad Morgan star as a gay porno called Ass Demolition Man? I hear he was on fire. Thank you.
Tell you what, I'll respond if you do that one better. Like you had something going, but you failed. So try again. Send more money.
He didn't say Simon Says.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Dustin, I'll start off with you, man. Tell us about your life whereabouts,
that
where
ass,
Demolition Man started in your life.
Started with VHS release, man. Like back in the 90s, we just go and rent it, man. It was awesome. I was in middle school.
Middle school, yes. Did it freak you out watching a world like this where everything is so Puritan based?
No, not really. I mean, I was kind of disappointed about the Taco Bell thing, but I didn't grow into my Taco Bell loving years for a few more years, but yeah, I mean, and then the last time I watched it, I just watched it over the weekend, and it was very Brave New World-esque. I think there was a lot of those quotes in there, like the whole thing with Huxley.
All right, killer. And now, Mr. Grant Gregory, down from down under. Why don't you tell us about your first experience with Demolition Man?
I think it was VHS or a DVD, and the old man said, "Oh, you should probably watch this. This is like it should be fun." And it was the first, or maybe the second movie that we watched, and then we rewatched it again immediately afterwards.
Nice.
Because he knew I was a massive Wesley Snipes fan growing up, so anything that had Wesley Snipes in it, I wanted to watch. But he didn't tell me anything about the movie. He didn't tell me it was a bad guy.
I think this is one of his best.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, like
Jack.
it's. I think of Wesley Snipes, and I think of him as Simon Phoenix and Blade. That's it. Everything else is a distant second and a distant third and fourth. But yeah, no. Everything about this film just.
Oh, hey,
I didn't realize how prophetic it was.
Sorry,
when I watched it.
It's on autoplane. Yep. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Technical.
This isn't Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
What's going on here?
They are all dressed like that dude from like Deep Space Nine. Like in the future, they're all like with the what do you
Super uniforms.
I don't want to say too much because I like everything I'm thinking is offensive to the Japanese.
Kimonos.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You're offensive to
kimono,
us
yeah.
too, so don't worry about it.
All right, Grant, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Oh no, I was too busy looking at the lovely pictures on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, killer.
Got your
70s.
maniac to send one. Come on.
I just noticed that I'd forgotten it was set in 1996, so they set it
Yeah.
a massive 3 years into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They thought
right at
things
the
were going to go really downhill fast, didn't they?
In
Well, they
1993,
predicted it right, so
I'm sure in 1993 it seemed like they were 3 years away from Demolition Man. Like
That is true. Yeah, it was
That's
really
true, yeah.
tumultuous. And they were like,
So,
you know
every
what?
place
If we
is
look
going to
into
be
a couple
Detroit.
years from now,
yeah, it's all because of that damn rap music.
Yeah. So unlike you young
And
people,
you
I
had to
saw
eat
this.
rat in this movie too.
I actually saw this at the cinema. I had to line up in the cold and rain just to see this movie, but then it's always cold and rain in Scotland, so nobody knew the difference. And
So it was summer. Okay.
It was summer. It was on a Tuesday. It was summer. That year, summer was a Tuesday. So I actually, I learned a lot from this film. I've been using the 3 seashells now for many years, and as you can see, I've almost, if Nick was to share this screen, that I've shared with you. Is he going to do it, Nick?
Oh, let's take a quick glance at what you got here.
I've actually I've almost perfected it. I think I've nearly got it right now. So
Jumping into the 3C cells just early. It's like I know how they're actually used. They did explain how they're used. If anybody cares to know, anybody?
So, well, we should.
That's why I'm here
I
tonight.
No,
I
I think we should all guess.
right,
I
so-
think that one is the toilet or the flush, one is a bidet, and one is a dryer.
No, it's not. This comes from like the people that made the movie, right? 2, you grab 2 like chopsticks, right? And you kind of scrape and scoop, and then you know if something's still hanging, you can pull it with that. And then the third one is a final like clean scoop all the way down the crack, to make sure that you have everything. Then you wash them. Hold on, you have to like wobble with your pants around your ankles because you're not going to pull your pants up with shit on your hands to the sink to wash them and wash your hands, and then you put them back to the next person.
Time
Use it.
saver.
It's really
It's a real time
it's pretty
saver.
simple,
They're
guys.
just buttons.
Are they
No, it
sharpened
is
around
not.
the edges?
You're wrong.
This is a
They're not
society that
buttons.
they don't want to touch. Like their
Yeah,
high fives are like this,
exactly.
and they're like, yeah, let's just use the same 3 seashells.
That
and just
came-
trust that the
that-
guy before me washed them.
That comes from the people that made the movie. That was their explanation of the 3 C cells and how they work. Because I think either Sandra or Sylvester Stallone, one of them asked how they use them. That's the explanation they got.
Were they just
tried it,
trolling, or
Matt?
did they not know?
What?
I just imagine they're all scrapers. They all scrape.
They
You
all
know,
yeah,
you
you
get-
break it
get
down
the
like
first,
that.
the first scrape is for all the big stuff. Second scrape is to get the secondary, a little bit extras, and then the third one's just for extra cleanup. Just touch up.
No,
I
I
think
think
there's
if you're
got to be
using
some
it-
kind of forced air thing coming through those, or some kind of
Yeah, you
water
would think that
blaster.
they'd be more like bidet controls. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
bidet.
warm
You
water,
would
like a
think.
nice fits.
Yeah, but if Matt's saying you use them like put the 2 shells together, that could be a dangerous clamping action.
Yeah,
I mean, that
I
could
don't
be
like
really
that.
Drop
dangerous.
them in the
No,
toilet.
I mean, who
Plant
would
the bits
actually
and
believe
tackle.
what Matt has to say?
Well, it didn't come from me. I mean, you can Google
From
it
the
yourself.
cast, right?
Yeah.
It's from the internet. It's got to be correct. I mean,
Well, I mean, it came from like quotes from the people that made this
Yeah.
movie. So it's a little bit more than just the internet. By the way, all of our information comes from the internet. You can't just dismiss it because it came from the internet. You dismiss everything.
Yes, I
we
can.
wouldn't be here without the internet.
70s. Did you have
So-
anything else you want to add?
Yeah, so we saw a view of of dystopian future last week, The Road Warrior, and this to me though is a better view of dystopian future. It's not going to be
Yes.
all wasteland. It's going to be full of people whose heads are in a wasteland. Like this to me is the perfect libertarian manifesto. It's like Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, but with better one-liners and better car chases. So that's my
Yeah, but
Nice.
this is definitely a
Less
dystopian
drugs
future.
and
It
less
has Rob
sex,
Schneider
though.
in it.
yeah, less drugs and less sex. True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so does our dystopian future.
exchanging of the
This
fluid
is
per
a
se.
much more realistic view of what our future really is. So buckle up; it's not going to be fun.
Yes. All
a
right.
lot
Well,
of
a lot
things
of
in
them are
this
all going to be
movie,
wide
yeah.
awake. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but
Didn't this movie start out with like a real rappelling off of a helicopter?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, but
it
they
wasn't.
actually
No, he didn't
badass.
repel. That's
They
not how
couldn't
you
use a bungee.
repel.
Oh, it was
They
like a
couldn't use a-
bungee.
No, it was
Well,
bungee.
they
Right.
couldn't use a bungee. They had to actually use a decelerating rope. So because they're worried that when the stuntman actually did it, because today they would do CGI.
He'd bounce.
They're worried that the bungee cord would actually go into the blades of the
Propeller.
helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they had used
That's
a special
exactly
setup
what
to do it. Yep. So it was pretty.
All right.
What's
pretty
a
cool stunt, yeah.
decelerating rope? Who figured that out?
The stuntman. Yep. And the guy that was on the end made sure the damn thing worked too. Right. So
All right. Mr. Quarter Black. Garrett, why don't you tell us
Yes,
about
sir.
your first time seeing Demolition Man, if you have a vivid
Dude,
memory of
I
it?
don't remember watching it for the first time because that's how many times I watched it as a kid. We
Wow.
had the
Nice.
VHS, and it was one of those. What Demolition Man is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Agreed.
Nice.
Wesley Snipes, the best '90s, if not the best villain ever in an action movie.
Oh yeah, he friggin' nailed it.
Over the top, but over the top in the best way.
Yeah.
I watched
that
it
guy's eye,
like
but you still
religiously
liked
so
him.
many times. It was just one of those you just cycle in. It's just like this, Ace Ventura, like just cycle. Men in Black, that cycle that into. But you just watch this like all the time as a kid, and I love it. I love every bit of it. And I never got any of the the Brave New World stuff, the dystopian future. I just saw it as a awesome action movie that I just loved. So as because I was a kid and we had the VHS, and it was like my parents just let me watch it, and I was like 6 or 7.
I know,
like
great, especially when that chick calls
7,
him from the shower.
Yeah,
well, that was to make up for not having Sandra Bullock naked in it.
Was
like
it?
Yeah. That's
it was
the only
literally
reason
like right after
yeah.
the scene that they had the sex scene.
Yep. Because they knew that people were expecting to see some boobs.
Yeah.
Because it was 1996 or 93.
They're like, I guess let's give it to him.
Yeah.
This is
a Joel Silver movie. Like,
yes, dude, Joel Silver.
What an amazing,
so good. Did so many good action films.
Yep.
Like it's sad that he doesn't do them anymore.
I know. If you see his name on a movie, you're guaranteed you're gonna see shit blow up and you're gonna see some boobs. Guaranteed.
You don't get that anymore.
Some things are guaranteed in life, and with Joel Silver, we know it's guaranteed, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's a beautiful thing.
Not at all.
Yes.
Just think
Anything
of
else?
how many movies we've done that have been done by Joel Silver.
Dude, and we're not done. We're not done with that, Mad. It's gonna be glorious.
Have y'all done Matrix yet?
No, we have not.
You gotta do that on a special occasion.
There's still plenty. There's even a few toxic comedies I want to do too. So yeah, so that will maybe like Porky's or Major League Revenge. So like it just because there's so many.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, there's a lot of great toxic comedies. It's just like I definitely want to go into that aspect as well, but that's obviously a conversation for another day. Garrett, did you have anything else you wanted to add before I move on to another gentleman?
No, go ahead. Except for Jack Black. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
Got that little spot.
Yes.
That 2 shots of Jack Black in his early days.
Jack Black and Rob Schneider. Yes.
That's right.
And I want a rat burger so bad. I don't know why. It looks so tasty. It looks so good. All right.
Yeah, and he finishes eating it too. It's like
he finishes eating it. Look,
you think he's
so
gonna throw it away, right? You're like, oh, he's gonna
It was
throw it away,
the
and he
best
keeps eating.
burger he had in years. Come on.
Smack that hoe.
RC from the
Smack
NYC
my bitch.
for 750 says, "What's up, Nick? What's up, panelists? What's up, chat? Hope everyone is safe and warm. Thank you, RC. All is good here on Toxic Tuesday, and thank you for the 750. Hope you are as well over in the NYC, my friend. All right, carrying forward, Mr. Mark D with a C, the man who is making the camera move. Why don't you tell us about your life story with Demolition Man?"
Yeah, so I was, dating the wife then, and we went on a double date with some friends to see this movie. So the guys actually got to pick the movie for a change. Plus, Stallone was a big deal then. Bullock wasn't, Sandra wasn't. I don't think she'd done much at that point. I'm trying to remember. So,
pretty early.
but she, she was, very easy on the eyes in that movie too. But yeah, it was just, I couldn't believe what I was watching in the movie theater. It was like, this is awesome. And then the commentary today is even, it's even more prescient because the political correctness stuff was just starting back then. I don't know if 70s is older than me or not. I don't know who's the oldest, but I was born in 68, so I'll give away my age. So, child. So, yeah, I mean, that was just starting with that. Like Bill Maher had that show, Politically Incorrect, had started, and some of the BS was just starting where you had to watch what you said and being extra nice to people. I know, Matt, you were probably been going crazy, but in that first Politically Incorrect era, right, where now it's off the charts now. What you like? I love that scene when the guy goes to the telephone and he's like, "Oh, you're not feeling so well today," he's trying to the phone is like trying to cheer the guy up, and just all the language, all the BS. So yeah, and then just rewatching this today and doing the slideshow. I mean, just the lines, and especially the end, we'll go over it. But Dennis Leary is great in this. He's not the villain, right? So he turns out to be the good guy. But you think he's the villain. So some good twists in this movie, and you know, so when you're watching it for the first time, you think it's, you know, it's going to be a standard setup, you know, that he's got to get the bad guy, but you know, it's always nice when they switch up the bad guy. And that speech Dennis Leary gives in the end is great about, you know, freedom and being able to do what you want. And, you know, there's no meat in the future. And we're getting that way too. I mean, like people are talking about banning meat. I mean, Sequest DSV had, you know, they'd banned meat in that show. So they're talking about, you know, no meat, no sugar, no salt, nothing fun, anything good for you, chocolate, coffee.
Can't cuss.
You can't cuss. There's no sex anymore. You have to have virtual sex, and they've got.
You can get a license. All right, let's not sell it for what it is.
You could get a license.
And even then, you're not having sex. You're like doing it at like a science
in your head.
It's like
in
Oculus
the
Rift
VA.
says.
Yeah.
Wait,
social distancing intimacy.
You can't do the chunky monkey, the hookah, the hoopla. What are these things that he's saying? No one ever refers to sex as any of those things.
Not once.
But what's
hunka chunka?
It also portrays the total debasement of music in popular culture, and the jingles become the predominant music.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Yeah, like it's just
I get that
very
that
telling. I think.
You are not allowed to swear.
Yeah.
Oh, those ticket machines would bankrupt me.
I want to make one and put it on my wall, and like if it could detect curse words and actually give me a little ticket, that would be amazing.
I
don't give the Echo people. You don't give Amazon an idea, right?
I need somebody that can program that.
Yeah,
but
I feel like that would be
probably
pretty
do
easy.
that with a Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, think
And
of how this
iPhone.
You
could.
smart
Yeah.
to do that. I can't do that.
Think of how this movie predicted the future too. I mean, you got talking. Like I have a light I could tell to go on in my house. You've got the Echo device. You've got Google devices. You've got GPS. Like
the screens in the cars,
screens in the cars, self-driving cars. So
they have
iPads. A lot of stuff. I mean, it got a lot. And the cars look good.
I mean,
they have iPads. Like, there's all kinds of things that they came up
with. They did an awesome A+ job. But like a lot of movies screw up predicting the future. You know, it looks ridiculous, but this movie nailed a lot of stuff, and all the voice commands and
realistic
great
depiction.
Job.
And it's all beautifully done. I mean, it looks like a future. I hate in movies when you go to the future and it doesn't look like the future.
Yeah, it just looks like the decade that they're in. That's usually how it is 9 times out of 10. Yeah, no, you're right. Mark, did you have anything you want to add to this? Or
just agreeing with that. You know, they got everything. You know, the cars. Like we're gonna have a self-driving car like Tesla now. And you got, you know, and I love, you know, as you saw my Star Trek background before, I love sci-fi and is what, you know, so that like to get the future right, you know, Star Trek is famous for the communicators, and they just nailed so much. And like GM lent them like 20 special prototype cars, and like looking at the cars in the movie, they all look like they're in the future. You know, they're all prototype cars, and they look pretty cool. So everything on this movie was really well done. It's just just love. And this movie is like, I gotta have my kids watch this. And
plus they turn into a cannoli.
And also, these fools right here are made for Matt because they got naked Stallone, and Matt, this is Matt's favorite scene in the movie.
Talk about toxic though, man. like they always talk about like the 90s and in the 80s, the action movies. It's all gratuitous boobs and stuff. This movie opens up with the title sequence is close-ups of his ass.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's all naked.
It's like, you know, he ain't never actually eaten a cannoli because he wouldn't look like that.
And if anybody was wondering, if you do slow it down and frame by frame, you do get a nice little shot of his bush and his balls. Like I did this for you guys. I did this for you. But yeah, you did it for us,
Matt. Yeah, thank you, man.
Well, technically, it's not his.
He fell on that pork sword for all of us.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, and it used to hang up in the what is that? Planet Hollywood. They used to have it.
Yeah. But these movies are made for
I've seen that in Planet Hollywood. Yeah.
Now we were all young when we first saw this movie. Did this freak anyone else out? The idea of being frozen in
the drowning. Yeah,
it is like drowning in goo. When you're supposed to breathe it in, then it freezes you instantly. Ugh.
I'm like, what if you held your breath?
Me out.
Fucking creepy.
The idea of drowning freaks me out enough as it is, but to do it where like you're swallowing this liquid, can they not like put them to sleep?
You know what I mean? It seems a bit over dramatic, doesn't it? Seems
in the worst way. They put him in this little coffin, and he's got to do it while he's watching. Like people are just watching him drown and get frozen. It's terrifying.
And you know it's cold in there too.
This is meant to be a punishment.
Dude, This
Get the
comment
punishment,
here.
and then like you find out that they're like
Where are they gonna put
aware
that
of the
thing?
whole thing.
I've got a raging Stalloner.
Where are they going to stick that thing?
But-
Yeah.
That,
the thing
that
is,
looks
like-
like Jack Murphy's favorite toy there.
But this is what bothered me the most rewatching it was that, like, wait a minute, you didn't already have this thing ready to go? Like, when he gets all of, like, what if something delayed you? He's just there drowning.
They're
like,
yeah,
now
they
let's
don't
get
care.
it
Well,
out
he's a
of the
criminal. No
machine
rights
and-
for criminals.
Right?
Yep.
Like, oh, hey, did you already grab that thing from the fridge? I thought Bill was supposed to do it.
Man. I guess I gotta go get it.
Does anybody
then.
have the key? Do you have the key?
Like
Is it the
those
blue
little
one or the
glowing
red
balls, what
one?
happens if you to drop one in the air? Would the whole air freeze? Because the air's full of water as well. Like
No. Maybe it would just
No.
turn into snow
Yeah.
or sleet.
Don't
look, man,
question
I-
the science.
Yeah, you know, I see what
this
you're
film
doing,
is the
Grant.
science.
Oh, hey.
You're not gonna poke holes in this one, man. It's bulletproof.
70s.
Well, I
That's
didn't-
another thing. I'm glad you mentioned that before I have Mardigan go off. When they're, cause you see these overlords of people who are authoritative figures.
Mhm.
Like, don't you? Why are you questioning him? Like, how could you do that? And I'm like,
That's
it just
right.
it rings
Yeah.
so many bells to now. Like,
That's
it
what I'm
reminds me
saying,
of some
it's,
guy who says, "I am the science." I don't want to
Yeah.
go down that rabbit hole, but it's just very
In fact,
funny
the
how
guy,
that times up.
Cocteau
The
is
guy-
definitely
Oh, it is.
Fauci. I'm sorry.
What's
the
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
running
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if he farts in there and
Oh,
it
what the
freezes, do you think
fuck,
he's
dude?
stuck for like 40 years just
Smelling the farts.
just smelling the
If the
fart?
if the bubble gets to
Yeah,
his
but-
face.
Yeah.
Think how great that will be for those that are there when they defrost. So that will then open up and it's 40
Yeah,
years
except
of
you're
funk.
stuck with it for 40 years.
Well,
Well,
that
that's
was
never
one of
thought
the
about
things I thought
before.
was really good in the movie when Stallone, he's acting and it's heartfelt when he says, "Yeah, I felt this for 40 years. My wife came and was banging on a block of ice. It was her husband." Like, as much as this was an over the top movie, that was a good scene at that dinner when he's yelling at them and it's like, "Oh," and
Oh, it was great.
the lead guy's
Well,
like,
that's
"Well,
what's about
sometimes
this
this
movie.
happens." Yeah.
About this movie, it seems like it's a stupid, over the top action movie because it is,
Yeah.
but it's very thoughtful. It has a
Mhm.
lot of interesting things to say about society and where things ultimately, I would say, could go, but where they are going currently right now.
Where they have gone? I
Where
mean,
they have
they
gone
won't even
and where
make
they're
hand
going even more.
contact.
Yeah, somebody saw
Yeah,
Demolition
we
Man.
can't
They're like,
touch-
"That's a good idea."
You can't touch hands. You're discouraged from seeing guns. You got to see it in a context of this is in the past when we used guns, and everybody is in this weird. They, like you said earlier, they go to this kiosk so they can get positive affirmation.
Yeah.
It is like that. That is what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah,
And
with
would
the whole
he get in trouble for
validation.
language?
Yeah,
And,
language.
yeah, and having a movie that is so over the top and silly at points, and having this way over the top villain, but it's so smart.
Well, you
Yes.
can guarantee in California they would want a verbal morality clause and things
Yeah.
like that.
Well, all these
Guaranteed.
things because
Yeah.
it definitely
That's what
you
hate
can look
speech
at
is.
it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, look, it's almost a blueprint for either what you don't want to happen or what you want to happen, depending on where you fall on the political sphere. If you look at it, like a lot of these things that people may look at, like, that's a good idea. We should implement a machine that will detect hate speech and just find you
Yeah.
right there on the spot. Like,
You say it's
that is
okay
a
to be
good
white,
idea.
and it's like you
Social
have
credit.
violated the verbal morality statute of
And it,
Yeah.
it
And it
also
hates speech.
predicted the toilet paper shortage.
God,
Can you
yeah.
imagine everyone a year ago running up buying seashells?
Backdoor way. Yeah.
Right.
The only thing that sadly has not happened in reality is the earthquakes
No,
that destroyed
Wrong
California.
button.
Sad.
Rearranged.
It's just too bad.
All right, Jesse. Why don't you
Yeah.
tell us about your original
that-
initial life
that's
story
easy.
with Demolition Man?
I saw it in the theater, bought the VHS. The marketing campaign was great. Everything was great. Love this fucking movie. That's it.
Beautiful. That's perfect.
And don't you have a job to do? Don't you have someone to kill?
Don't you have someone to kill?
Mad Mardigan?
Murder, death, kill.
What'd
Yeah.
you sound off?
Well, unlike 70s, I didn't take my grandkids to this because I was only like 9.
Well, they weren't my grandkids, but never mind.
But yeah, so this was during the time where, like, my dad on the weekends we would always go see a movie on Saturday, and we'd go to Pizza Hut back when Pizza Hut you could go inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we would play not asteroids, but Galactica. Is that what it was?
Oh,
Freudian slip there.
Yeah,
or Galaga.
Galaga, sure.
Galaxians.
Galaxy.
Anyway, so this was one of those movies like this and Tombstone. Like 93 was just an amazing year for film. If you look at what came out, and this one stood out. I even had the Simon Phoenix action figure when I was a kid, and this I've watched this movie so much over the years. Is one of the best ones.
You know that Sandra Bullock's character was the only one who didn't get an action figure.
Good. She's a girl. Like, why would you want it? Who would want it? Anyways,
I thought you liked playing with dolls.
They're action figures,
Action
articulated
figures,
joints.
Anyways, so yeah, like and going back and watching it over the years, like you pick up on all the, like there's so many genius little nuggets throughout this entire thing about what they came up with, the way they depict the future. And there are some odd things like the music when Simon Phoenix beats up the cops in that first scene or whatever, like comes out of nowhere, never used again.
Yeah,
I don't know what it had to do with anything, but
Hey, it's Rob Schneider.
Joel Silver. So a lot of cocaine was, on the set of this movie. So it makes
it was the producer going like, "Hey, Wesley Snipes, he's black. Let's throw in some hip hop."
You say that like it's bad.
Make it a little futuristic. All right, there you go.
Yeah, that early '90s hip hop you can only find on In Living Color.
Oh,
good time.
Matt, did this movie make you want to knit?
Anyway, so this is one of like
man talking about this movie
all-time-
being fueled by cocaine like it's a bad thing. I just don't. Get
No,
it.
it's not. I think that we should
need it
start
back.
demanding more cocaine on sets. I think
That's
our
what I've been
movies
saying.
would get
More
better.
cocaine and capitalism.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, Mad. Like Hollywood needs to go back to cocaine, not this new stuff they're doing. Because it's a mess.
I love that.
Jerry
Colonel
Bruckheimer,
Flint was
like
in this movie.
Don Simpson, Joel Silver, whatever happened to those guys? Nothing bad. They just did a whole bunch of cocaine and made these. Don't you know, Tom? We're only looking at the positive sides.
Their life might have been destroyed, but damn it, they gave us good movies.
That's right.
And
They
I'm okay with
suffered
that
for their
sacrifice.
art. They suffered for their art.
Yeah,
Days of motherfucking thunder, man.
Okay,
You think
well,
that could have been
suffer
made
some
without
more.
cocaine?
No way.
But by the way, Mad, you mentioned the Pizza Hut. There was no Taco Bell in the UK version. It was Pizza Hut. Bad overdubbing of the words Pizza Hut, and they went into a Pizza
They did
Hut.
the same thing in China.
Did they
as well.
change the sign? Did they change the sign to Pizza Hut?
Well, they did a crap
They
job,
tried
but
to
they tried.
avoid showing any branding when they arrived at the restaurant.
Look
but
at that
they kept saying
background.
Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Look at that. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Lethal Weapon 3,
She's got a fucking katana.
Batman, little toys in the background. Ah, beautiful. Look at that.
By the way, when they say
Benjamin
she's
Bratt.
obsessed with the 20th century, I think they mean she's obsessed with the 90s.
No, yeah.
And look, we
Yeah.
got the Die Hard. We got Die Hard in the
the
slide
Yeah.
too, right?
Oh,
What is
yeah.
that?
Great tie.
What is that gun?
Lethal Weapon.
There's like a rifle in the back. I don't know what
There
that
was
was.
a rifle.
Wait,
Yeti-
where?
It's toys.
You see that? It's like a
Oh,
mustard.
yeah, it's the musket. Yeah.
She would have a YouTube channel in that era showing off her toys from the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah, her office is awesome.
if that
That's
was
probably
allowed.
what her dad did.
Yeah,
Yeti Cast. Why don't you talk to us about Demolition Man? I know you want to get on here, so let's hear about
Yeah,
your
also
first time
explain
saw
how you-
Demolition.
But first, explain how the hell you got on here. Like, how'd you sneak in here?
When he announced Demolition Man, I'm like, Nick, I have to be on here, and he's like, okay.
We offered
I did the
taking
same
You
thing.
say the
so-
password and then unlock the cuffs, and then you cut out that guy's eyeball to use on the optical scanner.
Well, that's where I was going to go if he
fair.
didn't say
see
okay.
that
So it was just good that he agreed.
But at least he
Yeah.
social distance while he did it.
You know, earlier, Yeti and I, we were
That's very
playing World War Z, and I was talking about this movie. He goes, "Dude, I fucking hate that movie, man. There's no way you get me talking about it."
Oh my
And
god!
then, but out of nowhere, guess who shows up?
Bald-faced liar.
Mad,
Look
we
at this
offered
set
Yeti
design.
your
This
place.
I can't
We've
believe
al-
you would say that. Wow.
We've offered
I
Yeti
mean, that's
your-
Over the top.
insulting.
It's not cheap.
You call me an asshole or an idiot, but you don't say I don't like Demolition Man. That's a step too far.
Them is fighting words, man.
Man, I want a 1/6 scale Simon Phoenix.
Oh,
bad.
dude. I'd
all
be
you have
all
to
in
do-
on that.
So the one I had was pretty big, though.
No, it's gonna
Like,
be.
It was
if
bigger than a
somebody
GI
doesn't-
Joe.
How accurate was the action figure you had?
Pretty accurate, dude. Had like I guess remember. I mean, it's been years, but had the blonde hair, like with the and like it was the same size of like the T2 action figures, if you remember them.
Oh, that's
like they're
good.
bigger than a GI Joe or an X-Men, right? They're a little bit bigger, and they had like different parts you can add on. I think it had like the shoulder pad thing that he has on later on in the movie.
Oh,
like you could add those to him and stuff.
See, I want an early Simon Phoenix where he's out and he's got like his prison clothes on, and then a later one where he's all like
pimped out,
road warriored out. Yeah.
And then the third one with the detachable frozen head.
But personally, I just want a 1993 Sandra Bullock.
Then a frozen version.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of those too.
Not the action figure, just the 1993 version of Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with
Is that too much to ask for?
To add to your collection of bodies in your basement? Yeah, that's a little much.
Oh, come on! I made space, but I carved up the other one. There's shelf space now.
They're not in his basement. They're buried in the backyard. Jeez.
I just love that.
I told you that in
He's a
confidence.
professional. Come on.
So whenever he kicks the shit out of people, it looks great.
Yeah, because
He
that
had
was
to slow
programmed
down.
into him. Yeah.
He had to
Did
slow
he?
down for the camera because he was too fast.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
They couldn't catch him, so he literally had to slow down. The same
That
thing.
was
with
Jet
Blade.
Li.
That's badass.
No, it's him too.
Wesley,
He's the same
I'd
thing.
like to
Wesley's-
see Wesley Snipes fight Jet Li. That'd be fucking
Dude.
sick. That's a pay-per-view.
Does that
right
exist
there.
He was
somewhere?
supposed to fight
Please tell me.
Rogan.
Come on.
in the early
Oh
2000s.
no, I give it to Wesley Snipes.
I would think he'd be a little more brutal, a little more innovative.
I
agree.
think you're right. I think you're right.
And
He
by the
was
way,
a legit
also-
badass though. Like
He
he
was,
was full blown
yeah.
black belt.
And he was a finance expert, like in taxes and stuff.
exactly.
Like,
He's like,
Is it better accountant or martial artist?
When you don't pay your taxes.
he knew all the loopholes. Like he knew how to get out of all kinds of taxes.
Look, all I gotta
You know,
say, base.
that's
base.
yeah, that's true. After he went to jail for his tax problem, he didn't pay tax for the next 6 years. It was crazy.
base.
true. Yeah.
You know, he could still play Blade. If you bring him back, he could still do it.
Yeah.
And you can even have an aging Blade since he's like a
Black don't
daywalker. He
crack.
still ages, so you could tell a really interesting story there.
If
Well,
it
haven't
really
they already
true
decided
about
who the new
Doctor
Blade's
Strange.
gonna be?
They did.
It's
Yeah,
Maharishi
it's
Ali.
Charlie.
Yeah.
By the way,
Alright.
well, so the thing is though, like on that Blade Trinity, they had to they had to really do some editing on it because he would only be like answer to Blade, like you had to refer to him as Blade, and he only talked to the director through like stick-it notes, the post-it notes or whatever. Like he was out of his
He's my
fucking
vampire
mind.
Post-it notes.
I don't know. Maybe prison time wised him up a little bit,
I don't know
brought
how
him back
much I
down to earth.
believe that. It was David
yeah, I
mean-
Goyer anyway.
I think it was David Goyer kind of inflating that stuff as well and kind of pissing him off. I think there was a lot of weird behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
But I'm always behind Wesley Snipes.
Oh, I'm a big
right?
fan. I thought he was great in Dynamite.
Wesley Snipes did nothing wrong. But that's a story for another day.
Speaking
Tom.
of that, are you ever going to do Passenger 57?
Oh, you damn right.
Oh,
I
hell
will.
yeah.
You damn right I will.
Always
Tom,
bet on
why don't you
black.
tell us
Oh,
about
that's
your
true, I forgot.
your Demolition Man story?
Oh, I'm
Tell us,
sorry.
what's your boggle?
I thought this was the Mad Mardigan
What's my
hour. I was just
boggle?
like,
Oh, don't start with me, Tom.
I haven't got to say but 3 words since I
Enhance
walked in
your
the door.
joy. Enhance your joy.
I'm sure I saw this on video or in the theaters at the time it came out. Seen it a million times since then, of course. It's a classic film. I mean, it was a comment on the original PC era, and that's probably why it's so relevant now. But yeah.
You know, looking back, did anyone ever think Demolition Man was going to be the closest thing to our future? Because I didn't. You
know,
asked me
Yeti,
5 years ago, I would have
Yet it
predicted
is.
Demolition
To
Man.
answer your question, I not only do I feel like it's very accurate, I would actually make the argument it's probably even more accurate than Idiocracy, and that's saying a lot because
Oh, way more.
Idiocracy is basically
more.
a that was a comedy that turned into a documentary over time.
But
we only
this is
got the
100%
negative
closer.
aspects.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've got a police force that is no longer capable of doing their job. You know, like they're prevented or scared of it.
Guys, you
Like-
know there is a concentration camp somewhere out there in this world that sick people go to.
I think
they
it's
literally
pretty much,
would
Yeah,
go
it's
to
called
this-
the underground.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
the underground.
Australia.
No, I'm saying the citizens. If they get
It
sick,
is.
I bet they would go to some location to say we're quarantining because we don't want to pass on our germs.
They
to
do that in
anybody else."
Just
Australia
Madden
already,
with
don't
the- with
they?
the high five.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what I'm
Don't
saying,
touch
like that-
me, 6 feet away.
That is in
Well,
this
indeed.
world. It's got to
No
be.
We've got a
sex for
rich
you.
elite, a rich bunch of elitists that run society and all adhere to the rules of it enthusiastically, and everyone else has been pushed underground and having to communicate in different ways and just show rebellion in different ways. It's very it's absolutely predictive, and it's
Dennis
kinda
Leary's monologue is got to be one of
Yes.
the best in cinema history. It speaks so much
It's
truth.
practically one of
I have
his
that- I have-
stand-up bits.
Yeah, I have that clip,
Yeah.
but yeah, he says,
Yeah,
I'm
but
into
he's an
freedom and
asshole.
speech and
And
choice, and then he's
it's
like, I'm the kind
practically
of guy
one
who
of-
wants to, sit in a greasy spoon and wonder, am I going to get barbecued ribs or
Yeah,
gravy
yeah.
fries? And it's
It's-
like, I want cholesterol, I want bacon, butter, and
It's-
buckets of cheese. So this is, I mean, it's a joke. He's like, yeah, but I wanted a Cuban cigar, but it's not a joke because
Yeah.
back then they had banned. I would talked about before they'd banned freaking coconut oil and popcorn. It was Mayor Bloomberg's group with the Citizen Protection, with CPS. They made this group. They said, it's that oil, coconut oil is bad for you, right? So they fucked up all the popcorn
Those
in the
are
movie
creepy
theaters,
names,
and they put in
Citizen
saturated,
Protection,
and they put in soy-based oil, which actually gave you heart disease instead of the healthy coconut oil. And it's a rant. They fucked up the popcorn, but it's true. All these groups come in, they want to say, oh, we have the better way. You have a choice if you want to have decent popcorn, you want to have some ribs, you want bacon. I mean, they're moving towards banning meat. I mean, they're already banning
that's the problem with turning everything communistic is that it's not all one size fits all, right? Like that's the problem.
But that's
It's
like the reason
practically
why
a
I go to
Louis
Freedom
CK
is
bit.
always the better choice.
I mean, that's one reason I still go to BW3s to get my wings because they cook their wings in tallow. They don't use soy. They don't use soy or vegetable oils,
which is better for you. Which is
Yeah.
crazy because all of the propaganda throughout at least my whole life has been those things are bad for you. You will
It's just like
you
margarine,
will make your body worse.
right?
It's
margarine's terrible for you.
You can't believe it's
horrible
not butter.
shit,
Margarine's not even food.
Now
Barely
people are like,
even-
food
yeah,
pyramid.
edible.
That was wrong all the time. You should have flipped
Yep.
it upside down, cut it in half, made it a circle, and spun it around 3 times.
Yep.
I think
That's
we
what
do
you
need
get
to
when you have
mention.
people that try to take over your whole life, like Cocteau, is they always make it worse. It's not a good thing to be this controlled.
And as Simon Phoenix famously says, you can't take away people's right to be assholes.
To be an
Yeah,
asshole.
and
Yeah.
even, and that just shows you even Simon Phoenix has a moment of clarity.
He's
And
like, "What the fuck is this place?" Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
You know who's
he's a
not an
murderer, not a
asshole
monster.
though? Pope Metallicus is not an asshole because he just tipped
He is
$10.
He is a
Oh,
nice
yes, he
man.
did. And because he
music
tipped
lover.
$10, we get a special Thanos giving Captain Marvel a good decking in the face.
I like turtles.
Best
Punch
moment
you
in
right
the
in the dick.
entire movie.
All right. Pulp Metallicus for $10 says, I, for one, welcome our Cocteau overlords. Oh, my God.
Man.
So, anyways,
Real
That's
quick,
a good point, though. That's
Yeah.
sorry. That's
No,
a good
no,
point.
you're good.
Like this movie shows the sheeple that exist in our current day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
just accepts
soy
this.
boy, beta soy boy there in the front.
Right. They just like this is just how they are. What is your buggle?
God
This is
damn
like-
it.
Yeah,
Doc.
like in
pussified.
Dennis Leary in that speech, he says, "I've seen the future. It's a
Oh.
47-year-old virgin in his pajamas,
Yeah.
drinking
Singing
banana
show
broccoli shakes, singing I'm a wiener."
I'm
And
a
it's like,
Oscar
you
Wilde
do have-
admirer.
you know,
But
and remember that?
listen,
that
I've been
commercial they had
waiting
the
to drop
pajama
that
guy?
line. You beat me to it.
Oh, sorry, but remember they
Listen-
had that pajama guy, and in the
Yeah, he
healthcare ad?
predicted
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instagram and shit. Yeah.
This whole
Yeah.
sequence here is
Oh,
fucking
the
hilarious.
super
I love that
androgynous
he's,
fat guy.
I love that.
So we
he's
really
wearing
need to mention
overalls,
how
right?
All right,
we
hey,
really need to
all right, one at a
mention.
time.
Yeah.
I've
Go.
been trying to get this out for a
Mine's
while
fast.
now.
Come on, Mad.
We really need to mention how a lot of Dennis Leary's like his whole asshole thing and that whole thing that like put him in a spot to be in this movie
Yeah.
may have came from Louis C.K. He may have stolen an entire bit from Louis
He
C.K.
stole
way
majority
back
of
in
it
the
from
day.
Bill Hicks.
Oh, really? I didn't know about
So
this.
As soon as
I
Bill
just
Hicks
want to make
died-
sure that we put that in context of like how great Dennis Leary is in this, and when a lot of it is not his own. Because you can even look at his albums, his stand up that he did. Like you had the ones that he stole from people. They were fucking great, but once he had to try to do it on his own, they sucked.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't hear anything about this. So did Louis C.K. write for Dennis Leary or what?
No. So the way it goes is like Louis C.K. had a whole bit about like, I'm the asshole or whatever, right? And used to do it when they were doing like stand up. And Dennis Leary completely stole it and built his entire career on it.
Comedians have always done
buy that.
Well, that doesn't make it okay. I mean,
come on, man. Do you know there's a thin line between
Louis
theft and
C.K. does
plagiarism?
not have enough talent to come up with shit like that.
Louis C.K. is a fucking genius,
dude. What?
Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is not not funny.
I don't think he's that great.
He's a wanker.
Oh man,
Wow.
okay.
What?
We're not gonna turn this into a debate. No.
Is this actually a debate, or is it everyone against Tom right now?
I think that's
It's always against Tom.
No, I'm not against
dog
Tom in
pile.
this instance.
We're all on top
Yeah,
of
that's
him
just
anyway.
because we're both in the same age group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
We're more
personally,
Dennis
with him,
Leary
I could
than-
take him or leave him. So.
I enjoy Dennis Leary too,
but Leary I love.
but I
It doesn't
think,
all
I
matter.
think-
They all started from Carlin anyway, so.
Didn't
really
Dennis
all.
Leary end up going woke recently? Like he totally lost.
Oh, who knows?
I swear I saw an interview recently. Like, dude, what happened? Because his one
Yeah, like
stand-up
William
comedy
Silva
album
said.
was brilliant,
They
and
stole it from
he's
Bill
like
Hicks
reverse
anyway,
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Bill
he
Hicks
stopped
is
playing
very
Dennis
good.
Leary
Bill
now,
Hicks,
so
yeah.
He's like the Krusty the Clown of real comedy. He just steals all the bits. It's all about the delivery, kid.
Maniac, lie down, or else.
But you missed it. This was a great scene, especially at the bit where he goes, "These fuckers are fast too, because they get there almost instantly."
Yeah,
after
they
the
instantly
Rex-
get
So when I first saw this movie way back, my first reaction was, "Hey, that's Dennis Rodman in this movie," because
No, that's where Rodman got the haircut from this
You're
movie.
so
exactly.
racist, Nick.
Yeah.
See, the thing that really hits me about Wesley Snipes in this scene after he gets out of prison is that he's wearing overalls because he looks like a little kid. Like he's dressed like a My Buddy doll.
yeah.
But he's like this kid loose in this brand new playground, and it's all his playground, and he's fucking gonna love it.
And he has all this power.
Yeah,
that he
he
didn't
walks up,
before.
he's like, "Oh, I didn't know I could do this shit. Let me go."
He does dress like a Chucky doll.
He does.
Chucky kicks
He
ass.
kills as many people too.
Oh,
his
dude,
prison
he
clothes.
is one destructive Chucky doll. It's funny because when you see Stallone's character complaining, he's like, "Why did I come back no learning knitting? He comes back stronger than ever. What's all this about?" Like, he's all mad about it. It's like,
What's going on?
he goes
You know, the
back
only
into
thing
full
to make
strength.
this movie complete is if he like stabbed the guy with his knitting needles. Like that's the way he ends it all.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess knitting ain't
it's
so
like one
bad
of my-
after all.
Exactly.
You
Rent this
can't
for the
do a
rest of your
number with a
life.
knitting needle.
Both seconds.
I'm Betsy Ross.
Or no, back. Punchline.
I had to. Toxic Man flew for $5. Says Nick Weiser flavor number 25. Stallone's post-frozen testicle goo. Oh, that's fucking
God.
that's so nasty.
Too much
Yeah, I feel
information.
bad for these guys you just beat the shit out of.
Dude, he was some ass in the scene. I remember when I first saw this, I'm like, man, Dennis Rodman is kicking some ass, but then no.
Oh, he puts on a clinic.
See,
I was
I
like,
want a
oh,
1/6
You are
scale of
so
that.
canceled
I
now.
was like, oh shit.
Right
I'm
there.
like, my whole gist was, oh my god, like where's his NBA championship ring when he won in '96? Because
That is such an insult to Wesley Snipes. You have no idea.
Yeah.
well, then I realized.
Hey, Dennis
hold on.
Rodman was a good player.
He's
Yeah,
one of
Rodman
the
Yeah,
best
but he was
basketball
never a
players.
good actor.
Kim
Yeah.
Jong-un liked him.
But then I started realizing, oh, hold up, that's not him because Rodman would go for the crazy designs on his head. And I'm like, this guy kicks way too much ass to be Rodman. Rodman's just a good player. And then now I'm like, oh, so this
Rodman
is
makes
Wesley
guys
Snipes.
like fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme look like they can act.
Wow, come on, man. Too far, Tom.
Oh my god!
Look, we all had that unsaid rule. We all know Jean-Claude can't act. He can just kick ass, right? We know it. We all know it.
None
When
of
you
these
put him
guys
up
He
can
was
really
decent
act.
in the Expendables.
Dude,
Like,
that's not what
he finally
matters.
learned
You see the
something.
John
Watch
Vogt,
the movie.
the series, his new
JCVD.
series. Yeah, JVCD was pretty good. Yeah.
Smash.
He's gotten better over the
Just
years. Like,
watching
he
the movie
finally
now.
started learning how to act around Lionheart. and then like Time Cop is clearly his peak.
Lionheart's
But then he went and turned around and did.
because nobody gives that any credit.
I know it's a great fucking flick,
That
right?
fight in the swimming pool, that shit was badass.
And then he turned around and did Street Fighter, and it was all downhill from there. So
Street Fighter.
Dude, Street Fighter is so classic.
I'm gonna kick his ass so hard.
I am an American.
I'm American. Yeah.
I'm the most American.
With the music in this
Might as
scene,
well
I
have
thought this
Jean-Claude-
white guy was a robot. The way in which he moves, there's like a weird like root, with the music. I honestly thought the black guy was a robot when I first watched it, because every time he tries to throw a punch, there's
the
this
cop, you
weird,
mean?
electronic sound.
Yeah,
in the background.
Yeah, and he's just doing it.
Oh, I thought that's just how black guys moved. Like, I just thought that happened.
Oh, he was just figuring that's how. No wonder
we've
that's
got
how
one.
they can
We can
pop
ask.
and
We've
lock.
got a gentleman here we can ask, but you know.
Corner Black, is this true?
No, we move in a different way.
He did more of a hum than a sound.
That's where breakdancing was originated from, because
Yeah.
Also,
Also, the robotic moves that come out
the
of
pop and
joints.
lock, all that shit. Yeah.
All these guys, Big Brother,
robot.
and watching.
It's
this
a
ass
disguise
kicking
the
in real
robot
time,
ways.
That's kind of like streaming.
They're like the Eternals.
Oh
we
god.
covered this
We're
after
not
school.
talking about the Eternals.
Yeah, we covered this after school
kill the
special
show.
called the Pilot, and it was all about breakdancing. If you haven't seen the Pilot, dude, check it out. It is awesome. Nope, nobody. Okay, well,
No,
I haven't seen it.
check it out. It's great.
All right. So
Is that women in it?
My moves, homie.
Oh, too many women.
Too many. When I before I realized that obviously later on as Wesley Snipes, I was, first time seeing it to me it was just a kick-ass action movie. But then I was living in Chicago for a portion of my adult life. Then I go back to the Burbs, and then I decided, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I should go back to it. And then not only did I see it from a whole different set of lenses, but it made me realize how much Chicago had become that. I was like, whoa, people are already so weird and distant. And even though there's a lot of parts that are still super Chirac, there's still a lot of Chicago where it is so ultra Puritan based. And like it made me like look at it like I'm like, did I really just get out of Demolition Man in some weird way? So I was watching the movie from a whole different set of lenses because of that. And I guess that was part of when I was getting into guys like Air July as well. So I'm like discovering the whole concept of red pilling, and then seeing this movie, I'm like, bro, what the frick, man? This is
There was another prophetic moment there, Nick.
Yeah, that scene is like basically Zoom calls, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought about.
We're living that right now.
When I watched it yesterday,
and the exploding electric car, that's prophetic too.
So the only thing I want is these pajamas to become fashionable. Like, so you just go out wearing pajamas and people think that's good.
What do you mean? I wear
They're not pajamas. That's a Komodo.
I think that's how Nigel Hawthorne dressed normally anyway. I mean, he's an English actor, so
Here comes Vito.
But think of what we're doing right now. I mean, if you told me 30 years ago I'm going to be, on a computer, being able to talk to people from all over the world, but broadcasting we've got our own TV show.
That's what we're doing.
Here.
We're doing what Cocktail's
we're doing
right?
it, and just so, and I was always a computer geek / nerd. My first computer had 4K. That's how old I am. So I mean, and 300 baud modem where you would hook up with the telephone.
He's got the reverse Jack Murphy look.
Hey, leave Vito alone.
I mean, if you went to Walmart tonight dressed like that, do you think anybody would pay you any attention?
No.
Walmart.
No. Hold on. Yes, they would, because if you're a white guy wearing that, that's cultural appropriation. You're going to be all over Twitter.
Just tell everybody you're a lady.
Walmart will accept
Walmart, maybe
anything.
not. Yeah.
You tell them you're a woman, and then they'll get canceled for
that
hate
doesn't-
speech.
No, that still wouldn't work, because you would still be cultural appropriating. That happens all the time to people.
Do we have a chart for this? The hierarchy, like what wins
Yeah,
over
it's
what?
called intersectionality, motherfucker. They
Just yell bigot and run away.
That works.
Dress.
Oh my god!
God, she was so hot in this movie.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I got
so
to
point.
Her nose bothers
Very
me.
hot. Yeah.
I just got a couple
Her
of
nose bothers you?
trivia bits. for the
Especially, and I don't
Go
think
for
she's
it.
that. I think she's adorable, but I don't know about hot.
Go for
Thank
it,
you.
Tom.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Stallone turned it down originally, but then he came back to it. But he didn't want Wesley Snipes at first. He wanted Jackie
Really?
Chan, but Jackie Chan didn't want to play a villain.
Yeah, he never wants to play.
Oh,
Jackie Chan.
I want to see a
This
Jackie
would
Chan
not have
villain.
worked with Jackie Chan. I don't
It's
think
not
he'd be
nice.
bad enough.
I don't think
Well-
so. I don't. I
Oh,
agree.
no way. No way.
No, I think it works perfectly with Wesley Snipes because with Jackie Chan, like he never wanted to play the bad guy because it wouldn't be accepted in China for him to be a villain.
Well, and
Yeah, what
I
do you
don't
think
know
the
if it's in him
backstory would
to
be?
play that the same
Wesley
role,
did it
like
such a
the
great-
intensity of that Wesley Snipes is portraying. Like he's just got a look and feel that I don't think there's any way Jackie Chan could reach for this type of villain.
Well, a lot of
the
his
funny
funny
thing is that
jobs.
when Huxley kicks ass at the end of the movie, and Stallone's like, "Where did you learn this?" She's like, "Jackie Chan movies."
Yeah.
So I wonder if they threw that in there because of that.
Well,
Definitely,
Wesley
now that you
Snipes
say
actually
that.
did some. He actually improv'd a lot of these lines, like the one with the little Chinese kids. He's like, "Ding, ding, ding, ding." Like that was not in the script. That was all just him.
Base. I told you, base.
In the Spanish too, when he was speaking Spanish, when he was on the parole hearing or whatever, that wasn't in the script either. He just started doing it. They're like, "Well."
No, NWO Police Nope has a good point. Chan's face is too friendly. Snipes is one of those actors where he looks like he could be a good anti-hero, but he also looks like he'd be a good villain too. He has that advantage to his appearance.
He was
And
Nino
Well,
Brown.
not just that, his demeanor.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the trivia isn't so good.
Ooh, tell us.
It was accused of plagiarism. Hungarian science fiction writer Istvan Nemir, if I'm saying the name right, said it
Fuck
was
that
more.
guy. I don't care.
It was based on his novel
So
Holtek
famous.
Harka, which was published in '86. And then, as far as the box office wise, the budget ballooned from 47 million to 77 million.
That don't look cheap.
Damn.
And
Look
then
at all this shit.
added
They had
in
to build
added
that.
in the combination of production and marketing altogether was estimated around 97 million, and the movie only managed to make about 158 million worldwide. And then when it was considered a success by the media, Roger Ebert called the media to task at that time. Now this sounds similar, doesn't it? He said, "Why is it this movie is considered a success, yet Last Action Hero wasn't? Considering both films cost similar and they both had grossed almost the same amount at the box office."
Because this one was way better.
So there you go. He was already calling out the bullshit of the media back then.
And that's good. No, that's good. And that's good.
Fellow Chicagoan, Nick,
That's
right?
good that you mentioned that, Tom, because back then we couldn't just have the receipt per se. We couldn't just clip every time they said something stupid on one interview and then say something different about the same idea on another. Nowadays we clip everything and show them like Deadline. You'll see a lot of like journalists will say one thing and how this is bad, but then that same exact thing will happen for another movie, and then they'll talk about why it's the best thing ever. And nowadays, because the internet is forever, they don't realize like, hey, we spot them on their bullshit. And before the internet, they realize they could just say this shit and people forget that they said something that contradict what they said 3 weeks ago.
It makes you rethink your entire experience with the news and all media. Because I think the only reason that we're seeing it now is because we're able to see it now. Like you just said, people couldn't just call out other people and go, "Here's the receipt. I screenshotted it," because there was no screenshotting. There was.
You just
I
had
have
to
a
take the word
newspaper
for it
that-
or
Yeah,
pull out
right.
an article.
So there
or
was no way to
whatever,
really
yeah.
like pass information around. But now it's so easy to pass information around. So now we're seeing it more.
Yeah,
But
we
actually-
actually
Wait, you're telling me the internet's forever? I gotta go and delete a whole bunch of things.
Well, NWO Police actually, no, it didn't make a profit, and that's probably why we never got a sequel until recent years. They're finally talking about a sequel.
Oh,
What?
please
But
don't.
They are,
technically,
yes.
it lost
Oh.
money. Yeah, if you think about it, because if it cost
can't make a
100 million to
sequel to
put
this.
out and they only got 158 million back, yeah, they definitely didn't make any money on this movie.
What
during
would the
Solo
sequel
lost
even
money.
be?
there's no way they could pull off
There's
a
no
sequel today.
sequel.
There's no
There's
way.
Oh, Stallone's been talking about it for a while now, actually.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, he's
like
been
telling us
current
with
writers.
Cobra.
The suggestion is that time travel might be involved in some way. That's
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. What would it be about? Because he
Multiverses?
would have ended the
Is that
prison.
what it's going to be? Multiverse movie.
something like that.
Yeah.
But clearly, it was a big hit on
Spider-Man's gonna
video.
be there.
Him, Rambo.
Yep.
Rambo.
That would be sick.
Cliffhanger.
Well, they mentioned Rambo in the
Rocky.
movie, right?
Cobra.
Cliffhanger,
Rambo
over the
versus
top.
Rocky.
When
Over the
Schwarzenegger's
Lincoln Hawk.
president, He's
On
gonna be
top of all the
executive
other
order.
stuff this movie predicted, did you guys also mention that it predicted Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming governor?
Yuck, president.
Yeah.
President.
This was
Oh,
president.
They say
president.
president, but yeah.
Yeah, president. And I
It's
remember because if
61st
you
Amendment.
remember, Tom, I'm glad you mentioned because in the first Expendables, when you see that meme between Willis, Schwarzenegger, and Stallone, they're having that conversation. And then I think it was Stallone's like, hey, what's his problem? And then Willis is like, oh, he just wants to be president. And
Yeah,
that
that
was
shit was
right after he had
hilarious.
finished being governor. I remember at the time laughing my ass off because obviously we all knew at that time Arnold just really wanted to be president. Obviously, then all of a sudden you find out he had kids with other moms who hey, why does my kid look like
when's
you?
that stopped the president before, right?
That's right.
Like, and I don't know
Nowadays,
if
that's
people give enough
standard.
credit to Schwarzenegger, because how many people can like come directly from a foreign country, come to the US, learn the language, become an action hero and a cultural icon, marry into the most famous family in that country, then become a leader there, like all in their lifetime.
How many
Just to
lifetimes
say
and
do
have,
you
a,
need to
and,
do
have a,
freedom?
and have a child out of wedlock with the
And have a child
and
with me.
become like famous bodybuilder all at the same time.
Very much like
JFK
he
fucked
was very much like
everything
a
that
Kennedy.
moved.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say he's perfect Kennedy, right? Yeah.
They had to nail shit down at the White House because of him, probably. Like,
Something
Oh,
was
yeah.
getting
All
nailed,
right.
that's for sure.
We're gonna look at this article real briefly that Mr. Tom sent, and that should benefit from a break from the photos anyway. But
Sure, yep.
Stallone confirmed in May of 2020 says confirming a sequel is in the works at WB, and you're thinking, okay, so. Okay, it's just like, what more do you want to say? Because granted, Stallone is not the type of actor to be one of subverting expectations. I don't see the point. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I
need
think
for
just
this?
even setting the woke Hollywood aside, I don't want a sequel to this. There's
Yeah,
no,
even if
there's no
Hollywood
more
doesn't
story
need
I
it.
want to see. We're
Doesn't
too
need
far
it.
along. He's not going to be the Demolition Man from this movie at all.
No,
I
he's
don't know
gonna
what
be
they
that.
could possibly
I've been
do.
there 20 years. Yeah,
I
it's gonna
agree
be
with you to a
weird.
point, but I'll give you two reasons why this could be good: Rocky Balboa and Rambo.
Rocky Balboa. Are you talking about the
He
person?
did come
Rambo
but
was like 15 years ago.
That's my
I'll
point.
count-
But
That was
I can
great.
it was
counter
still
that,
15,
Tom.
20 years after the
And
last
Rocky,
movie.
he got cancer.
I'll counter
He
that.
died
Tom.
in that movie. He's like,
No,
oh, he
son.
didn't die, but
That
When
wasn't
was the
crazy.
last
Sandra
Rambo
Bullock.
version versus the Mexican cartel? That wasn't that long.
No,
ago,
but my
was it?
point is,
the Rocky Balboa, that was like 20 years ago.
That's what I'm
Sandra
saying.
Bullock's
Yeah, they're
never
on the
made a
Creed.
decent sequel. Sandra
My
Bullock's
point
never made a
is-
good sequel.
well, there's that too. But the other side of this, though, is my point is even though both Rocky Balboa and Rambo were 10, 15, 20 years removed from the last sequels, he still brought it in, and nobody expected Rocky Balboa to be any fucking good.
No,
I mean, that movie was a joke from the start, and it's ended
Yeah,
up being
That's great.
like
But what could this
an
be?
amazing film. Yeah,
Would it be him versus society at large?
Yeah, but we
I'm
took care
willing
of
to
that.
give him the benefit of the doubt. Is all I'm
It'd be
saying.
him versus
There's a
like
possibility-
I don't know
I
how
agree
they
with
would do
Tom.
that with
He's
current
made some good
writers,
stuff.
though.
They would
Yeah.
have to make it super, super based and awesome. And
But
have
they
it
No,
they
they'll
won't
get-
do
they'll get
that in
Tannehill
Hollywood.
They
to
won't,
write
yeah.
it.
They won't touch it. It'll be like some sort of feminist masterpiece or something.
If it's
you know?
if it's not that, it'll be totally soft on all of the things that it should be commenting on, and it
Yeah.
would be a slap in the face of the original movie. So there's no way in hell
Yes.
I
Okay.
ever want to watch a sequel to this movie.
Okay, here's a funny line that closes off. It says, fans may want to freeze themselves for a few years if they want to wake up when Demolition Man 2 hits theaters. I think that's a
Dude.
great line.
Stallone, how old is he? He's like 88.
He's
So old.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't want to age.
I
shame, but
still
you're
wouldn't
like an
challenge the
action hero.
motherfucker to a fight, Garrett.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say, he's
He's
still
No,
gonna
I
make
can-
it
I can
big.
take it. Like I said,
Okay, hold up. I want to mention something. There's that one movie with Stallone and Schwarzenegger called Escape Plan,
Yep.
where
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Stallone
I like that.
jacks Schwarzenegger
The first
in
one
the
was
face,
good. Yeah.
and I was like, "You hit like a vegetarian," and I remember thinking, like, not only does that line make no sense, but if by that logic, if your logic is you hit like a vegetarian, if being hit like by a vegetarian means being hit by Stallone, I still probably would die. Like, like seriously.
Man, that's all show muscle, dude. That's not to get anything done.
I fucked my maid harder than that. Come on.
Arson
Come
is
on.
saying Sly's
Yeah,
75.
this isn't real like muscle, the strong muscle. This is
All
like
right.
roid
You-
muscle.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna hit him
maybe
with my
he could be
keyboard,
the
yeah.
chief of police or something, and he's gone. I don't know. He's gone rogue or
Could be-
something.
You should
No,
make it where
75
now Rob Snyder is the
75 is too
badass.
old to be an action.
He'd be the
star. I'm sorry.
caretaker at the
Well-
Schwarzenegger Presidential Library. That would be his
Okay.
new
I'll
job.
give you
That's
one
why he's got to be
scenario.
chief of police.
I'll
So
give you
he's
one
not the
scenario,
actual
guys.
leading star
No,
for the
no.
action scenes.
He's
Go ahead,
retired.
Tom.
He's
Go
retired.
ahead.
Here's what you do. You have another bad guy who's been frozen all this time, who's finally thought out, and he's such a
Jeffrey
badass.
Dahmer.
Scott Peterson?
Exactly. That
Love
they
that
need that they need the Demolition Man himself to come out of retirement to get him. He's old, he's decrepit, but he's Sly Stallone, and he's coming back to kick ass because nobody else knows how.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah,
has
but
didn't
changed.
they
they
train
get rid of the
someone
cryo
new?
prison at the end of the
No.
first
Trains a
movie?
new dude,
They-
you know?
No,
What
I'm
training
out.
a
They
new dude, he just
also-
goes in and kicks some ass.
There's
just
also a
nothing.
built-in subplot because they never followed up the subplot about his daughter.
I was just gonna say that.
Wait,
yeah.
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So they
And
could
you know
hide
they're
that.
gonna go for that.
We know who his daughter is.
Oh,
We know
Well,
who
they-
the daughter. Sandra
they-
Bullock
they-
is his daughter.
No,
They
Well,
took,
he
they
slept
took
with
the
his
daughter
daughter
out of the
then.
movie
Daughter?
'cause
What?
they said they took the
No.
daughter out of the movie because they said audiences got confused because they thought he was sleeping with his daughter.
Yes, because he is. That's Sandra.
No, he's
Sandra Bullock
not.
is his
No,
daughter.
he isn't.
This
No,
is not
it's
about
It's not.
inbreeding.
Where are you getting this
I thought they
information?
said his daughter died.
Nope, his
No,
the
no,
mother
no.
You're
died.
watching too
Nobody
much
just
No, they
didn't
said the
mention
mother's
They cut that
flame
out,
was
yeah.
extinguished.
Yes,
Or light
the
was
mother
extinguished,
died.
Something soft
Okay,
like
the
that.
mother died.
Yep.
And then he never
And the
wants to-
daughter was adopted. Her
They
name
never-
changed to her adopted parents. She became a police officer because it's just like part of her. And
Then she bagged her frozen.
What is this
fish and
expanded
caught.
universe
This is
books or
Matt's
something? Where are
weird
you getting this
incest
information?
fucking-
I'm telling you, it's not just
internet.
me that thinks this. This is
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but
Common theory.
she's the badass. We
Okay,
can call it
a theory.
Demolition Ma'am.
Oh,
Demolition
oh.
Man. Oh, that's
I take
brilliant.
everything back. I
Demolition
don't
Man.
work with
Ma'am.
But what's the mythos at the end of this
All right.
movie? Do they still have the cryo prison or not? I would
Yes,
assume
they
they
do.
got rid of it because of the incident.
Well, no, I
Well,
mean,
that's what I was
it
going to
got
say.
blown
Is
up.
nothing has changed. That's how you just set it up. Like nothing in the future has changed. Everything continued just as it was.
That blows. That
Well,
fucking
that's
blows.
what we live in now,
it,
though,
It
dude.
ruins this movie. No, this movie
I
is
don't
the
disagree
turning
with
point.
you,
He
though.
comes in.
No, I don't.
He comes
disagree
in and
with
he
you.
corrects it, right? And if you made a sequel where you go back and revert to, well, everything actually just kind of went back to Cocteau's way. Then you go, well, then what the fuck was the point of the first
Yeah,
movie?
what makes the first movie useful? That
Well,
means we wasted 2 hours of our time
I
watching a
agree.
movie where the
I
story
agree.
didn't
But you
essentially
could have it
happen.
where
Cocteau,
you
how
could
does
just
that
have it that
last
things
until
reverted
now?
back over time. You could just have it that way too, and that's another reason why they need him to come out of retirement.
Oh,
Well, and then you go, well, what's the point? Because it's just going to revert back again. That's why they didn't.
That's
do
the way
it. That's
history
why...
works, though, Garrett. Like-
Fuck you.
I
don't
guess
like
they could
it.
show the
That's why I watch
pendulums.
movies.
The pen.
Want some popcorn? Pop!
You,
All right.
you know, maybe they could
Hold
show
up,
the
hold
pendulums. Okay.
Hold on. Oh,
Okay,
probably
holding
10,
up.
15 minutes ago, I got an anonymous tip for $25. Thank you, by
That's
the
a
way,
big
from
pizza.
Anonymous.
Damn.
Thank you. I'm gonna get a pizza with that. Appreciate it.
calzone.
Thank you. All right. Anyways, carrying on with Demolition Man. Sorry, I
No,
need to
you're right.
mention that.
Let's
That was
You
only on
convinced
for a
me,
while.
Garrett. Garrett
With the
convinced
sequel, maybe they can show it the pendulum swinging too far the other way, and show the dangers there. You know, my worry would be Hollywood,
woke. No.
yeah, going so woke,
Yeah.
and screwing up what the
It's
actual dangers
dangerous.
would be.
Yeah, dangerous mob takes over society as opposed to the elite.
Yeah.
I like the idea
Overlords, yeah.
of another villain being frozen, but
All right,
again,
guys,
the cryo
this-
prison wouldn't be
This
there.
museum is great.
Scott
This is
Peterson.
the museum where graffiti at one point was old fashioned. Can you imagine that graffiti was old fashioned, and of course the guns are held up in this museum? Like, oh,
Yeah,
he
how
went
much
to a
question?
museum.
The only place one could even view a gun would be at a museum. Why are they loaded?
Yes, that was my question watching
They're
it
not
too.
loaded. Oh my
That
god,
was-
they're
that was
not
a false-
loaded.
They're not loaded.
Alex,
Why
why
do
did
they
get
still
the ammo?
work?
Museum
They're
Why do they
not
still
loaded.
work?
The
Where did he
laser
get
gun,
the
though.
ammo?
The
Like,
ammo,
he
The
picked
laser
up
gun
the-
is.
the ammo is on display right there. You can see the ammo loaded, like in the magazines.
And where are all the laser guns?
Where are the
Star
phaser
Trek.
guns?
Where are all the fucking laser guns?
Phaser.
He says
Best line
phaser.
in the movie. What's your boggle?
Well, actually, that's
Bogle.
the gun
Yeah,
that he
you-
uses. Actually,
you knew
that's an
this guy was
experimental
gonna get
gun
it.
that was supposed to be a replacement for the AR M16, but never went anywhere. But that's actually a real prototype weapon that was
Really?
tasteless ammo. Yeah, that's a real gun. Yeah, I mean, it was never produced in big quantities, but it was part of potential replacement for the M16. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. No, but it's fun. It's everything in this movie is well done. I mean, all the props are great. The sets look awesome. That museum is just so fun. As us now looking back, and you've got then they fall down into that fight. Have the fight in the '90s. Streetscape there, with all the graffiti and everything.
The
preserved decade of the '90s. And then the other thing to remember too is crime back then. The '70s crime was a disaster. Growing up through that in the '80s, and then you had it was a huge issue in everyone's mind. It's crime, and now it's back in the news again today with a huge uptick in crime. And New York City, we just had a woman who was commuting to work, pushed off the subway platform, killed in front of a train. So it's a whole debate about how to fight crime and what happens. How you lock people up? You have these DAs that want to let everyone out. So you've got this all this fight over how to deal with this. And back then, that was in the '90s. You had the that crime bill that it's so controversial now. But that was, part of that's coming out of the society, at this time. And they thought this is, a humane way to deal with criminals. Let's freeze them and put them on ice for 40 years and then they'll be rehabilitated and while they're under. But it's all, all part of, in the background, when you see the movie, when it came out, it's a reflection. It's a great satire on what was happening back then. So it's because that was
especially with
really
the
in the forefront
and that kind of thing, and how the '90s were becoming so what's the word I'm looking for? Sanitized, like with the PC culture and everything. Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff in this movie that was way ahead of its time.
You're the 3 strikes and you're out, and that was passed. Yep.
And we need some like brave moviegoers or movie makers to come out and do a satire about today. I don't know who's going to be the one, but whoever does it is going to make so much money.
They did it, and it was called "Don't Look Up."
Demolition Man.
They were looking at the wrong side.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Mad. But I've heard mixed about that though. So you saw that movie, Mad?
I saw it. It's just like no, dude,
anti-Republican.
The whole time you're just like, no, you're talking about the wrong people. Like you're doing it to the wrong side. Like everything they said was correct if they just like reversed it. Basically,
but they won't do that. Like whoever takes it to the actual woke side is going to be so successful at a box office. It's just not going to happen right now.
No, it's not. But can we talk about how great of an action sequence this is? The fact that these two are meeting up, and you realize, like, holy crap! Look at that face.
It's a Civil War reenactment right there.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed he didn't use that cannon. He didn't load it.
Right.
He did use the cannon.
Did he? Oh God!
Did this movie obey canon though? I mean, that's
like seriously, like you see, like this is all out war. It's just between these two dudes. That's it. There's no groups of guys. It's just these two guys, and you could have swore it was like they fought like it was like hundreds of guys. Yeah, it was just John Spartan and Simon Phoenix going head to head, Clash of the Titans style,
and had a good conversation.
It helps that neither one of them can shoot for shit with hundreds of bullets being fired. And it was lucky for Spartan, John Spartan there, that he just happens to slide in next to a shotgun and a pistol. You know what I mean? Like he really lucked out having those right there.
Well, that's a movie for you, right?
Oh my God. No, that's
all right. I got a pitch for a sequel. All right.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Cocteau, he didn't die. He's still alive. He's still out there. He got out, and he's been developing a clone machine, and he cloned Simon Phoenix.
Okay.
And there's a new Simon Phoenix here, and then we have actual Wesley Snipes come in, and we do the de-aging, right? Because it's current day Hollywood. He comes in, and then he's wrecking shit. So then they have to go to Stallone. They steal the plans for the machine, and then they clone Stallone. So now there's a clone Stallone and clone Stallone. That's a good name too. Simon Phoenix, and we get the whole movie all over again.
All right,
Just-
Garrett
So
just came up with
basically,
a
Austin Powers meets Resident Evil.
No, it kind of feels like that Will Smith movie where he
Oh
was-
yeah, what is that movie?
Gemini Man.
Gemini.
No,
Gemini
you kind
Man,
of convinced
And
me.
it's
now,
gonna
Also,
Garrett.
the last
It's gonna
Wolverine.
You
suck just
convinced
like that
me,
one.
Garrett. You can't really sequelize this movie. The only way you can is if you start the beginning of the movie, like right after this movie is done, and they're like, "By the way, we have time travel. We're going to send you back into the
That's-
past."
yeah.
No,
Well,
you
that's-
can't do
Now,
time
let me
travel at
finish.
all.
Let me finish.
A prequel where we get to see all the cool shit that they
He
did
goes
before.
back in time to let everybody know that this is what's going to happen if the future doesn't change, and nobody listens to him. So then we fast forward again to 2023, where everything has gotten right back to the way it was, but only this time it's the current day 2023.
It's current day, yeah.
The tagline of the movie is "There will be no toilet
meta.
paper."
And it's like there's
There
nothing
will
he
be
did
no
can change anything, and that's the whole point.
The future is now.
See, if I was serious,
No,
about
he's
that,
got
I
the
would
chief
think
of
it'd be
police. He's got to train someone new to take up, a frozen guy that got out at the end of this film. That was when everything was collapsing, he kind of unfroze, and so Stallone is the
got
chief of
cracked. I
police
like
and has
it.
to train someone to take the mantle. But an actual toxic male to do
I
it.
think they could have San Angeles invaded by Seattle, Oregon, or whatever.
I mean, what else is happening? Like, what is the entire U.S. doing outside of the San Angeles
we don't
area?
really know, do we?
Like that's
We don't
that's
type
that.
of
would-
shit.
Yeah, I wonder if this was remember Minority Report, right? The whole thing
area.
with the three whatever the fuck they wore, the naked people that predict
Oracles?
future or whatever. Yeah, those guys. That was just in that area, and they wanted to implement it throughout the country. So a sequel could be that they took the way that they do things here in San Angeles and they try to do it into other cities.
Okay,
right?
yeah, I could buy that. Yeah.
See, I like the idea of this all happens, right? So then you got rid of the facility. I do like the idea of the one guy getting cracked open, defrosted, and disappearing, assumed to be dead. But I would think that a regional, because of the politics of the situation, now that you have all these people who can actually speak freely going up against this big totalitarian regime kind of, you're going to have a big dichotomy. And the people like Dennis Leary's character, that group would be bigger and bigger and bigger, and they wouldn't have to live underground anymore, right? So I think that eventually there would be a tribal leader that would basically rise, who would be a criminal warlord or something, and then he would be the badass. But then, of course, if one guy made it out from when the prison was destroyed, he could, of course, be that leader.
Okay, so you got a pitch. You guys really want a Demolition Man sequel. I don't
No,
really.
done right. It's got to
really
be
do
done
not.
right.
Not even a
Scream
little bit.
sucked. Move on to the next one.
Garrett talked me out of it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this being one and done. And yes, Andre, this does take place 10 years from now. And Soul Assassin here had a really funny comment for those who will get it. Sequel idea: Phoenix escapes the Sarlacc and rules Cali with respect.
Oh my god.
I think we can make that work.
Plus, he was a
I could make
daywalker.
that work.
Anyways, oh my god, what was that?
I don't know. He was getting shocked by the shock stick.
Oh, dude, I feel like his eyes are just gonna burst off his head at every scene because his eyes are always he looks like he just drank 4 liters of Mountain Dew, snorted a few lines of Coke, and then jumped off a few buildings, lived through it, and then he's just
He's so
and
intense. That's what I love.
I know, I love it.
You know what I
he's
just realized?
So memorable. His
He's not
movability
dressed like
too.
a kid. He's dressed like Mario.
Oh
He is dressed like Mario.
I thought we
I don't
established it was Chucky.
Well, isn't
We
this the same
did.
year the Mario
be
movie
striped.
came out and it had a really kind of similar steampunk futuristic kind of thing?
They didn't
going
know what
on?
they were doing on that one. They were all drunk.
Oh, I know. That's why it's such an awesome fucking movie.
That movie didn't
Bob
have enough
Hoskins, yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah.
That movie is
That
great.
movie was
all the
awesome.
cocaine.
That movie needs drugs. My God. Oh, this and that. How many of you guys, when you saw he was working with what's his face, did you guys think he was colluding with him? Because for me, when I saw this originally was a big surprise for me.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
I kind of
But
figured.
Kate, that fat guy there, isn't that the perfect male feminist?
Yeah,
Oh, he is.
Oh,
He sadly
totally.
passed away. The actor has, but yeah.
Yeah, the actor did pass it.
It's so
Rest
funny,
in
like
peace
you
to him.
guys getting new information because it's so ingrained in my life that
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember not knowing every bit of this movie. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just so part of my vernacular and my upbringing that it's just like I've known everything about it. So it's hard to even think like, what did I think the first time I watched this?
Yeah.
You got an advantage. You start watching at age 5, right?
Yeah, it's the same
It's
thing
like
with Tombstone
what did
or
I
Rocky
think the first
4.
time I read Green Eggs and Ham? Was he going to eat the ham? I don't know. You know,
It
like
was
it's
so
so
green.
I know everything.
Dude, I
about
actually
it.
remember that. I didn't want him to eat that. It was fucking green. That's
Well,
gross.
going back to
disgusting.
the whole Roger Ebert thing, one of the reasons why it was probably considered a success over Last Action Hero, like Stallone was coming off of like T2 and shit like that. Or I mean, Schwarzenegger was. Stallone, on the other hand, he was on his downward spiral at this point. Like he had not had a couple of bad moves before this movie, and like Tango and Cash was his last movie that he had that had really
So it was
done
really
anything.
like a perspective thing. Like
Yeah, I think so. Because like at this time when this came out, this was like the last big hit Stallone had for years. Like because
But
after that, it
that
was
male
just nothing.
feminist is carrying his balls in a purse.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
So, sorry, Tom, but just before we got away from
that's
the
because he's
purse
what's his
carrying.
face's boyfriend, probably.
That's his douchebag for his fake bottom hole.
You know, here's the issue. Here's the biggest tragedy. He should have never listened to Arnold and make "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot." That was the
That's
biggest
true.
mistake of his life.
What?
Well,
I love
got
this
tricked
line
into
here,
it.
guys. Of it with this
He
line
did.
here, it's like he really licked his ass. It's like, is this,
Oh yeah.
licked
Oh
his
god.
They just
Speaking
look at
of-
his ass. Yes.
Sandra Bullock's dialogue in this movie is great. The fact that she says things like I want you to shovel it, or
That's right. Yeah.
All right. He said, hey, no, it's met his match, not matched his match.
that's where she
Like,
really has more of like a vibe of like a little sister almost. That's why it's weird that they like almost had sex because
Yeah,
she does.
especially since
She
it's
doesn't
his
give off
daughter.
this like I'm a super
It's not
sex
his
symbol, you know.
Damn.
Even though she's pretty, you know, but she comes off more of like a little sister, that's
sister?
kind of running
Yeah.
around with her big brother and going,
know,
"Oh,
after
I
you
want to
said
do all the
that-
things you do."
After you said that, now it's just gonna be weird when I say I'd let her lick my ass. Like,
It's a lot like under
And they
Under
kiss at the
Siege.
end too, which is weird.
Well, it's a lot like Under
Real
Siege,
close to
right?
your daughter.
The whole movie, you know, Under Siege, like the whole movie, you're like Steven Seagal and that chick, whatever her name was, doesn't matter. It's
girl
a
from the
chick.
cake from
Big Tail.
Yeah, that one. But like they have
It's
like this
McGee.
brother.
Erica Lanek.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's like fucking.
Mark has detailed files.
How could they have canceled Baywatch? What was NBC
that's the response
thinking?
of man
Come
who
on.
jerked off to the woman many times.
I'll
Look,
just write this
that
down.
hosting
That
G4
chick was
right now?
built.
Continue, Mad.
No,
He's not
I'll
there
write it
for you
down.
to
We can
jerk
get
off
it back.
to.
We can. I'll write it down. We can get back to it later. Making
God.
a note to finish my point.
I feel bad. Everyone stepped on that joke.
Admit
That
it,
was
Realize
the
you
funniest
could've just
fucking
said it
joke
right
ever.
now.
Mad,
I wasn't
but-
making a joke though. That's the thing. I was.
That's why it was funny.
Admit it, Mad. You stopped writing that sentence halfway through, didn't you?
Finish it later. Fuck it.
oh damn.
Okay, that's the look of a man who's thinking of how to murder every single one of us.
No, not everyone.
Am I safe?
We'll
No,
see
of
if we
course
wait
not.
for him to perform another murder, death, kill. He likes your plan, Chief.
Dude. Is this supposed to be like it's? I remember thinking, was that like a
Comic-Con.
futuristic airplane airport, or was that like I couldn't tell what that was.
It was a convention center thing.
That was a Taco Bell,
wasn't it?
Schwarzenegger.
obviously.
Oh no, because we haven't gotten to Taco Bell yet. And
Coming up.
And Taco Bell's a
This is where
really
they-
fancy logo. It looks
Yeah.
fancy and nice. They got waiters. They get the fancy glasses too. They got big.
Oh, you mean Taco
tables
Bell
together.
Cantina?
Yeah, Taco Bell Cantina.
Sells booze in Las Vegas.
Here's a
Oh,
Schwarzenegger
Las
line
Vegas,
coming
let's all
up.
go.
Yeah.
60
Oh yeah,
Amendment.
about Arnold being president. Oh, you want to be president? Oh no. Oh,
Whoa.
God. Hey Mickey, I need you.
I'm the
cross-
president.
I need you cross over to Arnold. He's not gonna be president. He's from another.
I'm the
country.
president. Screw you, freedom.
Shut the
Guys,
fuck up.
Hey, everyone listening to audio only, that is not Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was Nick doing an impression. You did not get Arnold for the stream. So I
We
just
couldn't
didn't want
afford
people
it.
to be
Yeah, we
confused.
couldn't afford it. Yeah.
No, I'm the real Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I say you all are a bunch of pansies, and you screw your freedom.
Yeah, what was he thinking when
Wow.
he did that?
How did we get Arnold?
let's
got
not go
nothing better
down.
to do than bang my goddamn housekeepers. So what the fuck?
It's like talk
talking
about
about-
hurting your royalty
This is
checks
probably
in
one
one
of Sylvester
stupid
Stallone's
sentence.
best movies. I should have stole this one from him. Yeah.
How does Schwarzenegger not pull a more attractive like maid?
that was
okay?
that was
I don't know.
It's a power thing, man. It's
Look,
just like
you late,
you can make
you
it
got a
happen.
boner,
Makes
you
it
know,
happen.
your
His wife
options are
hired him.
limited.
it's a lay of opportunity, not of
Oh,
substance.
there it is. Taco
like in the
Bell.
last
Bell.
show.
Oh, go back.
In my defense, I did it because they said yes, and I really wanted to. And then I thought, I don't want to look back and say I really should have done that, and I wanted to.
You know, I gotta give this. You know, before nowadays, a lot of movies, and even if you take out the woke or intersectionality of movies, a lot of modern movies, even some of the better ones, they love pop culture references up the ass. This movie, like they did it, and it felt fresh, and it felt like it was kind of like a less is more type of thing. It wasn't every 5 minutes. It felt cool when it happened. Like I know, Phoenix would use like certain references at point, and it was like, oh yeah, I get that reference. But nowadays, it's every other minute. It's just like we get it. You know history, you know culture now. It doesn't feel as effective now.
The Taco Bell being the only restaurant left, and so every restaurant Taco Bell, that felt real subtle to me too, Nick. The subtlety of it.
Yeah, but now in the other countries, let's say the only restaurant is Burger King. How they explain
it's
that
Pizza
away
Hut.
with what's on the plate?
Pizza Hut.
Well,
It's
that's
Pizza
not a
Pizza
pizza.
Hut.
either.
So
Can't have meat.
they're little triangles.
No, that's what it was changed to in European countries and shit like that. It was changed from Taco Bell to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, at least those are like taco ingredients. You don't have like corn.
Well, they're the
pizza.
same company. I
Do
think
you
they
know
decided to
Pizza
do
Hut
it.
developed
PepsiCo.
technology
PepsiCo
to make the moon look like pizza? Like they haven't used it because they realized they're going to offend everyone, but they developed that like years and years ago.
I remember the Big Mac Moon Man Big Mac.
Big Mac. I remember the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut
I
because
do,
obviously
too. That
being
was
from
so
Illinois,
good.
I was obsessed with that
Well-
pizza. It was the closest thing I got to New York just because they had the name New York and there are fat slices filled with cheese. Obviously, it doesn't.
It had a
probably
sweeter
doesn't
sauce on it too.
It did, yeah.
You got to
I
come and
remember
visit,
that.
Nick. You got to come and visit.
I got to visit you, and I got to visit RC. He's in NY, so I got to go to Connecticut and New York for good pizza one day, and it's gonna be glorious. One
Well,
day.
if you come to Connecticut for pizza, I live here, and I'll take you to Mike's Pizza Palace in Naugatuck. It's a little dive, and they make amazing freaking pizza.
Well, and I think the reason why they didn't use Pizza Hut in other countries or Taco Bell in other countries because I don't think Taco Bell had penetrated the market in a lot of those places.
It wasn't
yet.
in the UK at that time. No, there was no Taco Bell in the UK.
Perfect male feminist.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh
my.
Was that the guy from Beetlejuice? Was he?
Yeah, he's in almost every
Yeah.
Tim
He was
Burton
awesome
movie.
in Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Yeah, he's in like almost every Tim Burton movie. Yeah,
He might have
always
gained a little
wearing the
weight
same
for this
thing.
one.
Yeah. His
but yeah,
outfit is
Beetlejuice
very
was probably his
close, yeah.
most prominent role. Yeah,
that was a great scene. And still,
he played also.
I just thought they'd have better armor in the future, not used.
well, there's no
tires.
guns anymore, right?
They don't think-
just
Yeah,
have,
they're
they
supposed
just
to
have
be
the
past
stick,
it.
right? There's no more crime. The last time someone got shot was 2010. So yeah,
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
they
all
still
the,
need-
all
they
the
don't
cops
know how
are
to
using
deal with
taser
criminal, right?
weapons, so they're covered in rubber.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, they
so
did
don't-
get it right that everybody would dress like they're gay, but they got it wrong because instead everybody dresses like gay teenagers. That's more or less what it is, and it's not by choice; it's by force.
Well,
Like,
the
I've
only
had this
person that's
rant
kind of
before.
dressing kind of how you would see people dressing now is Phoenix because I've seen people wearing the overalls again.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the high waisted jeans came back, and then like all the high waisted shit's back, and then I've seen people wearing overalls.
Well, my thing that I am sick and tired of is these like jeans and pants that are all tapered off at the bottom, so they get tight at the bottom.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like,
care for
what the
that.
fuck is
Dude.
it with this shit?
I don't know.
My
it
legs
looks really
can't fit in
stupid,
those
though.
things.
And they're all like that, no matter where you go. Even Walmart has that. You cannot get away from it.
That's
Even
why I wear
sweatpants are
cargo
like that
pants.
now.
That's why I
That's
wear
what the fuck
cargo
is
yeah,
finding
fuck
those.
it.
That's
That's-
why I wear
I've
cargo
given
dicky
up.
pants.
I've
And
given
that's
up,
the-
and I just wear sweatpants everywhere I go now. I don't give a
Well,
fuck.
that or pajamas.
With
I wear
house
pajama
shoes.
pants a lot.
Yeah, pajama pants. Yeah, me too. With house, they're solid colors. It's fine.
Well,
I went the
Pants are
other way,
public
Mad,
definitely say
and I
guys,
refuse to wear pants.
Guys, one at a time. All right. All right. Someone go.
Well, I was just gonna say that's discriminating against dimensionally challenged people with all these new tight-fitting clothes. So yeah, I better keep my old sweatpants.
Fucking sick of them.
And jeans. Yeah, it's like everything. You're right, Tom. Everything
Not
is
being
skinny.
600 pounds is beautiful.
My kids' sweatpants, but they're skinny, not like me. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got for Christmas was more like pajamas. It's like
Dude, Dustin.
Well, I normally would not.
Go ahead, Tom.
I was just saying, I normally would not go out in public in like pajama pants, but you guys are right. Like I've thought about it. Like the most decent pair of sweatpants I got are these expensive ass Nike fucking sweatpants, and I want to find more pairs of them because like the only ones that aren't tapered off at the bottom and look like I'm, going to a gay bar or something. It's like Jesus.
Or wearing Lululemon, right? Right, Tom? The Lululemon pants.
I got more pajama pants than actual jean pants. I have around 30 pajama pants. I got 2 pairs of jeans. And I have no regrets about my life. Dude, why pajama
If
pants
I'm wearing
great.
pants that are shaped like that, I'm wearing motherfucking Hammerman pants, okay? That's where I'm going with that shit.
Let's bring back parachute pants.
Exactly. If I'm going to walk
Parachute
outside looking like a fucking clown, I'm
Yeah,
going
what are those
all
called?
out.
They're like a Ziggos or something. They got a weird name.
I thought it was parachute pants.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like
pretty sure
that's like
it's
the
parachute pants.
colloquialism.
Last
Like,
year,
let's bring back FUBU and Dada. Like, whatever happened
my
to?
God.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
last year I had to buy a pair of black jeans to go to my sister's wedding. They were doing like this. I had to go to
Jinkos?
Texas
Is that what it is? Jinkos?
for a Texas wedding, and I
Oh,
guess they
no.
all get married in jeans. And
Yep.
I
Damn
had to
right.
find
get
black
fancy
jeans,
jeans?
and the only place I could find black jeans that weren't all tapered, I had to go to Kohl's, and they cost me like $70.
I know,
about
right? The first time I had my rant about pants, a bunch of people were, and I'm glad they did because they're trying to help out. They sent me a bunch of links to places I could get regular fucking pants. But like you just said, they were like 60, 70, 80 fucking dollars. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much for a pair of fucking jeans.
Well, you
Fuck
know what
that.
you do. You know what you
got the
do.
March
These ain't
Work
Jordans.
You just get them funny looking pants they sell now, and you get yourself a pair of snakeskin cowboy boots, and you just put the fucking pants down inside the boots, so
Oh,
you
if
look
my
like
fat
Slash
fucking
from
feet could wear-
1987.
Dude, if I could fit my fat fucking feet in cowboy boots, I'd look cool as hell. Trust me. But
No,
no.
you just say screw
How
it
do
and
you
go
have
free
fat
balling.
feet?
You just let it fly free, man.
Just wear a kilt, Tom.
Just
Wear
wear
a
a
kilt.
kilt.
I'm not Scottish though.
You don't need to be
Let the
anymore.
Just
They
all
always wear
breathe.
pants look like
Let
island
them
boys.
breathe. Let the
I'm
boys
Irish. I
breathe.
think that would be some kind of insult.
No, there's Irish
Kind,
kilts
isn't it?
too. There's
Yep.
Irish kilts.
It's
there?
not
Okay.
cultural. It's not cultural appropriation if it comes from white people. That's just
Oh, that's strange.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I guess so.
God.
They're not white.
remember
They're
that-
faintly blue.
You remember the farmer that was? I remember the guy was selling jeans that he would shoot with a shotgun, and he was selling it for like $150. He would line them up and
Genius.
shoot them, and they were
Or like
like,
Stone
and all
Oh
these-
my
like
God.
my sister wanted to buy a pair. They're like $150, and the guy was like laughing the whole way to the back, like authentically shot
Yeah.
with a shotgun.
I
Put the
want that
holes in
now. I want shot jeans.
What if like a leg is missing? You just get half.
I mean,
a
how
pair
much
of
money?
pants.
You want for
get,
the- I
man.
mean, how much money you want to spend for some shot jeans? We can probably work something out.
Yeah, I got twice,
twice the
the
money.
in the other room. How much
For
we
twice
getting
the
here?
money, he'll shoot them while you're wearing them.
Well,
no,
you're not-
Bird Scott, you'd be
Something
fine.
out.
Would
Well,
you
that's
like
why-
pump or sawed off?
I really can't make too much fun of today's like fashions because let's be real, like yeah, we used to wear jeans and shit that
No.
were hardly even clothes, like they were barely there, like
Oh,
I get
come
it,
on.
but still, like I never
No,
said
no,
the
no.
'90s fashion was any good though either.
You remember
Like
those
90s
assholes?
Not
who sewed their
90s,
clothes
early
backwards?
2000s. Early 2000s. When you got your Tommy Hill,
fashion is good.
you got your Tommy Hilfiger, your Hawaiian shirt, your fucking Doc Martin boots. Come on, man.
Your
Cargo
jeans with
pants.
like the it's not bell bottoms, but they're close. They're
The
really
boot
Chico's
leg.
in the late
The boot
90s.
cut.
Dude, just
The
give me
boot
some
cut.
standard Levi's, give me some Nike
Nope.
kicks and a fucking members only jacket. I'm fine.
Members only
Can we just agree if you wear Crocs,
Always
you
a
get
classic.
executed?
Oh, Garrett,
Always
you
a
know how hard it
classic.
is to find those fuckers now? My God,
I had to
man.
get these custom made. That's
I
how
bet.
hard there are to find.
And this is
You
how
have
you know he's
custom-made
actually
shoes?
black.
Dude, I had to make them custom. It took me like 3 months to get in line because so many people
Oh.
are making custom
I-
shoes.
I don't think anyone heard that one.
I wish Nike would go back to making them.
I heard that, Yeti.
That was a good joke. That was a good
If I was
one.
gonna get some custom made sneakers, I would have to have them make me those Axel high tops from.
I
back
had these
in the
custom
day.
made.
The Axel Rose ones.
Oh, the act. Oh, okay.
Just finding all black tennis shoes that don't look like the Batmobile, that's the hardest
Right?
shit to do.
Why did Matt have a sparkly slipper?
It's not sparkly.
That was
Wait, bring that up.
sparkly as shit.
Highlight that. I want to see.
That was
this.
bedazzled.
All right.
No, it's not
let's
bedazzled.
see-
It's-
Let's see
He's
Mad
like wearing
Shoe.
fucking tires and shit.
See that?
Oh,
Those are Walmart
okay.
slippers.
Why am I
What
not
is this, like,
surprised that's
First
what you're
Nations
fucking
shoes
wearing?
or something?
That's what I wear to the store. That in pajama pants.
From the tribe of Walmart.
And he pays
I'm totally in that
Two
tribe.
spirited.
I love this line, and none of those motherfuckers from New York, they're too uptight.
They're too uptight.
It's true though.
Too uptight.
Too uptight.
We missed the greatest line in the movie where he said, "You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life, both seconds of it."
That last
was
frame
right.
should have been the thumbnail for the stream, man.
Simon says,
right.
bleed.
Oh yeah, when this asshole finds out he doesn't have control anymore, that his face changes real goddamn fast, doesn't
Oh,
it?
I know, right? Because that's
Yeah,
when you
oops.
he realizes he can't contain this guy. Like
He's like,
he
I
may have been
made him a
using
hacker.
He may have been using him, but once he realized that Simon's his own man, he's like, fuck. I thought I was helping this guy out. Nope, he's gonna take me out too. I'm not exempt. Oh, and this is the classic where they talk about the exchanging of the fluids.
Yeah.
Let's make love. Let's make. She get like,
Ew.
ew, like. That's gross. Why do you want to kiss? Why do you want to do that? Who does that?
Look,
What,
I'm
what,
gonna
if
go, I'm
the,
gonna
what
go
if the
back to
JFK
the
person
old.
behind him looks so retarded?
I'm going back to the old faithful. Just whip it out and see what happens.
See what
The naked man.
It's either gonna happen or it ain't, and you're gonna know right away. See?
I've been asleep for 4 years.
No.
You want to do the ka-chunka chunka?
He's not worried about his dead wife now, is he?
Right. I've heard hanky panky, but I've never heard anyone say chunka chunka. I've heard hanky panky. I heard sweet love. I heard Chef and Salt Park, but no, let's go make sweet love. But I've never heard chunka chunka.
Let's go make
I'm
sweet
gonna make
chunka
love
chunka.
to you, woman.
I kind of want some of her
I'll
shit.
lay you down by
By
the
the
fire.
fire, caress your body.
That line must have been
Macho.
written when
Love
the coke was wearing off. You know,
Horizontal mambo was one of them.
Let's all
The
sing the
basic
theme to
Vex.
Love Boat here.
Where's the
Desire to
chorus?
raid the
Why you
fridge.
goddamn kids always asking me this stuff?
He's like, I was just frozen. I hope my dick still works.
It's the first time I've tried it
Well,
out.
it's gonna be weird when I
Dude.
find out it's my daughter.
Can you
It's kind
imagine
of a
that?
buzzkill, but
Can you
I did a
imagine
show on
coming
cryonics a
after
long time
30
ago, and
years?
it's very-
That's got to be a big burst.
doesn't work.
oh God, Nick.
Probably hurts.
No, think
How do you
about it.
know that-
Like, if you thought Randy Marsh in South Park was bad because he needed some internet
Well,
at
the bigger
California
question-
Way,
There's a spooky ghost.
Would it be chunky though? That's the bigger question, I guess.
It's
You would think
purple.
it would be all
Because it's
blue, right?
old, right? Yeah,
But
it's gonna be
he
old.
didn't go,
Yeah, it's
so that's
definitely the
got to be
wrong
the
color.
worst
Let's
case
get
of
that
blue
straight
balls in history. Like 40 years and then getting turned on and being shut down.
You know
Like
what's
that's
really
gotta
gotta
be
suck
painful.
is when you were in cryogenic sleep and you got like a sleep boner. Like the shit ain't
It's
moving.
like hitting the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the you didn't go under with the boner.
Cryogenic,
You're fucked.
At least
cryogenic
part of me
gel's
is
looking a
still
bit
warm.
milky by the end of the
But no,
40 years.
worse than that is like when it starts to shrink back to normal size, it starts being the skin is pulled because it's all frozen. But you're
Oh,
So very, very painful morning wood you're saying there, Matt. Correct?
So you got
the
that, and you have
science,
to
guys.
smell your
Trust the
farts for
science.
40 years.
Trust the
See,
science.
they don't think of these things.
no.
You just don't. Yeah.
That's horrendous.
Because like
yeah.
imagine like when he went to the restroom at the beginning of
here's
the
the
movie,
sex
like
scene.
he was just shitting out goo, right? Like because he
no,
had
no, it's
probably.
cubes.
He
It
didn't
was
eat.
probably
Cubes of
not
shit.
pretty.
Cubes of shit.
Naked face like y'all are fucking nasty.
Half the frosted shit. Oh, it's cold. Kind of hurts.
Well, that was the one bit that Austin Powers got right. Is he would take like the longest morning
of
piss.
piss, yeah.
And while we're taking a laugh break here, it looks like when they released this movie in Kuwait, it was called Rambo the Destroyer.
Wow, beautiful.
That's
That is
about
a
like when you
perfect
buy
title.
one of those bootleg toys and it says Avengers on it and it's got
That's
Shrek in
You know,
the
Kuwaiti's
fucking
gonna be like,
package.
what?
That
What's
makes
going
me
on?
like this
And-
movie even
Hulk.
more.
It was probably a bootleg VHS in Kuwait too. So.
Well, because what they said is that since Rambo movies were very popular, the distributor thought associating Sylvester Stallone to Rambo in the title would sell more tickets.
And he'd slip some
Did
Conan
they
in
think
there too.
everybody over there was tarded?
In this movie, it's excellent. Rambo goes to the future.
I mean, realistically, you go see this movie. I mean, but this movie, like, if you're Kuwaiti, would this even translate?
Kuwaiti? Is that a real thing?
I'm sure they have a word for
Arabic.
demolition, and I'm
Right?
sure they got a word for
It's
man.
Arabic.
I believe they're Kuwaitins.
Rambo goes to the future to fight Apollo Creed in the future.
I've been there, and they do like a lot of Western movies there.
Oh my god, my
So they
face.
call this veer sex. So you get high alpha waves during.
And then the lady from
sexual
Speed helps
energies,
him.
Look, instead of this stupid conversation, you should have taken that opportunity to pull the fucking waistband
Wang
on
out.
the robe.
His
So that
dick
when
out.
she sits
That's where
down,
you
her
were going.
clothes fall off. There's ways to start this.
This where she gets grossed out. She's like, "You mean the exchanging of the of
You're my
love?"
brother.
She's like a
Stapler is
penis,
now a
and it's
cock.
like, yeah, penis. Have you ever seen
Here
a
we go.
penis?
The wild
This
mambo,
is,
the hunka chunka.
This is another prediction for the future. She's about to get gender fluid.
Yeah, right.
Well, not only that, isn't this kind of
Good
almost
one,
like
70s.
cyber sex in a way?
Oh
Yeah.
shit, you're right, dude. This
VR
is so,
sex.
Wait,
AOL
how,
would
do,
be-
how do they masturbate though in the future then?
They don't. They have
They
VR.
just turn that
It's
thing
against
on
the
and hit the
law.
auto.
They have a
It's
robot.
hands
They have a
free.
robot thing. Yeah, it's a robot.
You know, if
They
she's
call that girl in the
disgusted now,
shower.
it's going to be way worse once she gets
It's a
the
mo-
first facial.
It's
Yeah,
a
I know,
modified
right?
Zumba. It's a modified Zumba. That
Well, you
does
think
Close your
you
eyes.
think in the future you have a Star Trek holodeck? Do you think everyone is going to leave the freaking holodeck if you could program? You know, to
No,
be
no.
with
See,
whoever
the
you
thing is
want,
that the
right?
holodeck
It's
isn't
cool.
really
Like
holograms.
Wall-E.
The holodeck is made of smart dust, so there's going to be small pieces of buildable particles, and there's going to be little robots that form it into whatever you say you want. So it's going to be able to actually make the particles of whatever you want. So it's going to be real.
Well, I think it's. I
But
think it
after
was all
that,
mental.
those
Dude.
they
I figured
they
it was all
break
mental,
back down
so-
into base particles again. So you're going to be they don't need cleaning. It's antimicrobial.
Well, here's one.
They
This
don't-
scene here is one scene. Not to change the subject, but
all
like
the
I
cum
feel like
falls
Sandra
to the
Bullock.
bottom and goes out the grate.
I feel like Sandra
ahead,
Bullock
Tom.
is a little out of character here, right?
You
Like
think
she's
so?
so into the past. Like I would think that she would want to
Yeah.
have physical sex.
You're
Right.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
the
you're
joke
making a good
should
point.
be that she is overzealous with wanting it, and Stallone's just like, whoa,
or
you know,
maybe
like-
that's
Well,
that's
she
why
dropped 90
it-
hints.
It kind of tells us that she is also integrated into this kind of society.
Right.
That even she, that is into all of this past so much, even she is like, wait, what? Oh, that's weird. That's so
Yep.
different. Like I
Yeah,
would not want to
it's-
do that.
it's-
Oh, she's
It's a
too far into the
desensitized-
system.
Yeah,
It's a
it's-
desensitizing thing because she got used to this certain way of life that, well, because it became the norm per se, that's what she's now accustomed to, and now for her that's normal. So for her
Well,
to see traditional
no,
love,
it's
The
making
reason I
now-
bring it up is there's that because it seems like it's against her character. Plus, it comes off creepy here with Stallone the way she kicks him out and shit after she kisses him. I would thought it'd been funnier if she was like all over him, and he's just like whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait a
kind of
minute.
thing, you
Wait
know?
a minute. Go
Yeah.
back. Can you
No,
go
hu-
back?
Oh God.
What do you want me to
So
do? Go back?
I
There
feel
was
like
the
it is.
number
But watch out, the
32
hits are
was
coming up.
the number 32 was on the door panel. That was all. Just,
Let's
just
see. Oh yeah.
Oh!
Of the future again. Look at that. Holy crap.
So, do they
Batman.
never touched on this? Would this be something that would be normal for women and men to be like casual sex?
Well, I
No,
know like
listen,
that's-
Casual
the whole
cyber
Brave New World
sex.
thing, or
How do
I think
orgies
with
work?
her, it was like she's like trying. She wants that action or whatever from the 20th century, but whenever she's actually faced with it, she has the realization of
Yeah.
what it actually means if she goes through with it. I think they
too
could have
real.
played more with that, right? Like,
too real.
yeah, she would think that she would want to have physical contact until it comes down to where
Right.
he has his penis out and laying
Yeah.
across
What
her
is that?
forehead. Right.
I just want to say those are the three metal seashells too, right? So you got to
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah,
Oh,
imagine
geez.
that they're metal; they're not real seashells. So
Sharp. Very sharp.
scandal.
That'd be sharp. It's like a cheese
there's a flip
grater.
phone. But this
You
was
know
the
what?
90s. There were flip phones.
That virtual sex technology would make MMOs very messy in the future.
Right?
You know what's
Look at
another
that.
thing we didn't touch upon besides it looks like we lost Grant Gregory. So oh no, he's
No,
back.
he's
He's
there.
back. He's back. All right, welcome back, Grant. how when Stallone, John Spartan was at talk about he asked for salt though with the food, like, oh, we don't got salt. Like just a little thing like seasoning is shamed on. Like who would have thought, like imagine that, like you're being shamed for like wanting salt, just a little spice for your food.
Well, think
and
about
for some reason that's a problem.
Well, that's racist.
Not healthy for you.
Well, I mean, think about not having salt. Like that's an essential nutrient. We would die without it.
Can't take it out of everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like
it's where we're headed, though. It's where we're headed with all this stuff getting banned.
Well, yeah. Only now it's not so much.
Yeah,
it's not so much that they want us to physically do it to us. Now they're trying to do it to us mentally, right? Like we're trying to make everything better for you. It's because you're thinking wrong. You're the wrong thing.
We'll decide what's healthy for you.
Well, Mayor Bloomberg in New York City tried to do that. He tried to ban salt, and he was trying to, and that was obvious before this movie. This movie was predicted so many things, and he was also trying to ban the big gulp. He was trying to ban the big gulp, and big sodas. He had the soda tax, and
leave
all
it
this
to
stuff,
a politician to ban pretzels in New York.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I would imagine what a shithead.
I'd imagine a pretzel in New York would be really good too. Like New York,
the street vendor pretzels are awesome. Yeah, dirty water dogs and the pretzels.
Oh, dirty water dogs. I went to
it's so good.
I went to New York and the hot dogs live up, man. I was thinking
awesome.
my whole life living in
New
Texas.
York invented street food. That's one of the main reasons I'd want to go there. Fucked everything else, but yeah.
Yeah, they'll lock you up for trying to get salt, but if you go riot, you're okay. Then they give you a
mostly peaceful protesting.
Hey, steal $900 worth of shit as long as it's not salt.
Hey, has anyone ever had a knish?
Peaceful robbery.
A knish from a New York street vendor?
It was a mostly peaceful shooting.
All right.
No, I want to though.
And the knishes are awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
I want to go to DC and get me one of those double smokes.
Ooh.
You ever had chicken and waffles? Garrett, I know you have, but the rest of y'all, have y'all ever had?
We've got a legit place here that has chicken and waffles.
Yeah, I eat at Roscoe's in LA.
Roscoe's chicken and waffles.
It's good.
At the beginning of the movie, Simon is smoking a cigarette. Then in the future, nobody's allowed to smoke. It's a terrible future.
Garrett's just Bloomberg making fun of the fact that I like purple drink too, motherfucker.
Dude, speaking of purple drink, what's awesome is
that's good.
No, not only is it good, there's this great hot dog joint by me called Gene and Jude's. It's like one of the legendary hot dog joints in my area. You buy Gene and Jude's, Judes.
Sorry, I was
for gin and juice. I'm
at Gene and Jude's, they have.
I thought you almost got anti-Semitic.
They got hot dogs. Well, they got hot dogs, tamales, and they have their purple Kool-Aid on their menu listed as purple drink. I love it. So I always have to buy
purple is always the best tasting color.
Yep.
Yeah, it's purple drink. It's purple drink. And the fact that it's listed on their menu word for word as purple drink, I'm like, yes, they're self-aware. They know it's purple drink.
Kool-Aid.
So,
yeah, that's one of the things like around here, we can't get a decent hot dog for shit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So what I like about Texas, you can get a lot of good stuff. Like New York style pizza is great here. Chicago style pizza is great here. You can get great hot dogs. You can get great barbecue.
Yeah. Where's your Montreal smoked meat?
Fucking, it's all good.
All right, I've got a bunch of stream elements that we're gonna. So this is gonna make up for 3 of them. So,
pow.
So the first one, Pope Metallica's for $10 says, "Look, all I'm saying is there's about to be a naked dude in here. You do with that what you want."
Which one of it is it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Hey, yeah, which one of us is it gonna be?
It's gonna be Mark.
I think he means the movie, but the odds are
70s rock fan. Who's it gonna be? Come on.
Well. Yes.
And then
wait, my camera's still off, right?
It's Yeti Cash.
I got a new $600 man.
Right Estate for $1 says, "Take some of my Twitch money. Thank you, Bright Estate." And then Mr. Grant Gregory for $3.57 says, "Get yourself some toxic Taco Bell because all food is now Taco Bell." What an awesome panel. Wish I could have stayed longer, but work in real life got in the way. Cheers. And cheers to Mr. Grant Gregory.
Cheers, Grant.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time. And so please, guys, I think I put his channel in the description. If not, there's a mod. Please put his channel on there. Mr. Grant Gregory's got a great channel, and we'll miss him on this panel.
And he is
He's an awesome dude.
He's a mad barber boy. Can't get much better than that.
So
he's challenge like we're now in a competition of who could do a better edit. So after my Power Rangers once, he's gonna try and top me.
Dude, you're done, man. He's so much better than you.
Hey, you know, he's got to come up with something funny though. So we'll see. Right now, mine's in the lead. We'll see what he can do.
Because you came up with the contest after you already done one. Of course, yours is in the lead.
Okay, he challenged me after mine was made. So now we're in the competition.
For all the Mad Barber Boy drama.
No, you're good. You're good. Well, back to the demolition of the man, and this is our boy before he transfers to his Dennis Leary and the Resistance group from the underground type of look too.
He throws all this shit away real quick, don't he?
70s like
there's a reference to Mad's favorite movie. It's in the Hurt Locker.
I will go down there and fight fish and put him in a Hurt Locker.
Great movie.
Oh man,
where'd you put my locker?
That is not impressed.
I love that line. Seriously.
Where'd you put my locker on Skid Row?
Did you notice the colors on their uniforms?
You are even better live than on Laserdisc. Laserdisc.
Oh, well.
And this line is awesome here too. Yeah, blow this guy.
Wait, blow this guy away.
Stallone shouldn't have said anything at that point.
Could be like I tried already the other night. You weren't having it.
I gotta make that my screen background, but I might get in trouble for that. Yeah.
Let's go blow this guy. I laugh.
How toxic is that?
Many times I still laugh at this scene.
So is this approved Toxic Tuesday female dialogue then? I guess this is okay, right? I mean, this passes muster.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yeah, boo boo.
I'm glad they limited. I'm glad they limited it to just one female in this movie. You know what I mean? Like any more than that, then you're.
Rock Schneider was in it though.
Whatever. She's like whatever.
Mad Buddy, you're going to have to come on my show next Monday because I've got the very article for you and I to talk about toxic femininity. So you need to join me.
I mean, that just sounds like you're just going to be talking about women. They're all toxic.
But it's talking about how problematic they are.
Right? Finally, someone's saying it.
Like, I know that.
Nick knows what I'm talking about. He's seen it.
Yes,
sounds like tampons and toxic shock.
Oh my god!
Too real,
dude. No, Rat Burger. I actually get excited because this is
it looks good, and it doesn't even have cheese on it. It looks delicious,
dude.
Nick, are you gonna do a food review of Rat Burger?
I should go down there.
You should do like
ask for a Rat Burger, put some barbecue sauce on it, have it medium well cooked, and I want poppy seed bun too. And
I love those.
I like how
and he pays in a freaking Rolex.
Oh, I know.
Now, how's this,
dude? It's worth it.
This big subsidy exists, and nobody on the surface level knows about it. No one's found this. So
they're scared to go down.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
I want all my burgers cooked.
Kind of not believable, but it's kind of like the
unibrow.
Well, I would say it is because they're like the underground resistance type of thing, and they're living their own, I guess you could say. Not the alternative world, but the actual, they're living what life actually is versus the world above is the alternative world that's taken over, which is kind of more or less similar to what's going on today.
See, I don't think Cocteau really gave a shit about them being down there until they started vandalizing stuff and also showing people that there could be another way to live.
I think
at that point it was ignore them,
Mm-hmm. I think the problem may be maybe they're growing. They didn't really touch on it that much to really justify why he would let Simon Phoenix out of, and not Scott Peterson or some other one that would be just as capable of handling this.
Well, that's true. It's like using a nuclear weapon to take out a city block.
I feel like Scott Peterson could have took care of this pretty easily.
Well, I like
he could have taken care of.
Yeah,
a woman that looks like that would make the best burger.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like how Lenina
this is a rat burger.
I like how she's trying to make him feel bad for having a burger that she thought was from a cow, only to find out it's rat, and he's just still like, "Oh, okay, nothing changes."
So
No
worth it.
fucks given.
Yeah.
No,
I was
that
enjoying it a
keeps
second
eating.
ago. I'm going to enjoy it now.
that is toxicity shamelessly because he's saying I don't care what animal is. When it tastes good, it tastes good. Give me
Yeah,
some
you throw
sauce.
barbecue on it, you're good. Everything
Oh.
tastes good with barbecue sauce.
Oh,
Everything.
yeah.
They're
Damn.
burger
People
head
do eat
eaters.
rat. I mean, people do eat rats in different
Oh,
cultures.
rats are eaten
so, I mean,
all around the world.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
like
you ever,
Korea.
have you ever read if you've ever read the James Clavell book King Rat about the
probably
guys in
healthier
the
than most
prisoner
hot
of war
dogs.
camp. That's
Look
what
how
they were
he's
eating.
enjoying that burger so much.
Not bad.
Honestly, it's probably healthier than most fucking hot dogs are.
It's
Yeah,
the
well, I
free-range
do-
rat from the sewer.
I cook barbecue, so I had a whole pig, a couple of 4th of July's ago. One of my mom's friends, she's like, "Oh, I can't eat the pig now because you had it with the apple in the mouth, and I saw the whole pig, and I just can't eat it." And I'm like, she's like, "Do you have anything else to eat?" I'm like, "Well,
The
yeah, I
apple.
got a hot dog, but that's the ground pig. All the parts, if you knew what you were
You should
eating,
have offered
you'd
her the
go
apple.
crazy." You should have offered the apple. She's
That's
like,
amazing.
I can't eat it because I saw the pig. I'm like,
That
I
amazes
got
me.
hot
For
dogs
fuck's
for
sake.
you.
I'll look a
Oh.
pig right in its fucking eyes and eat it.
For real.
Damn right.
That's so
People
metal.
do eat the eyes.
That's
Yeah.
so
You
metal.
carve out the bacon
Right.
first.
I'll name
cheek-
it.
the
Look
cheek
at it in
is
its
the best.
eyes.
You just want the head on your plate so you
into
can
my
eat the cheek
eyes.
meat while
Chase
you
it like
down.
Pet Master. Get in my belly.
It tastes
Okay.
better when it's named Tony,
It tastes better when it's afraid.
Whole pig is awesome to cook.
What's
though.
Not my
Lisa
fault.
Bonet
Bacon
doing
is
in this?
perfect.
You know, they taste better if you cook them alive.
No, it doesn't. What? No, like
Just like humans.
That's factually untrue.
yeah,
No,
you
it-
actually don't want them to be
That's
scared
what
when
they
they
do with the
die.
dog.
Yeah, you
Like-
don't want that. You don't want that release into the
China.
body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You want
like
them to
it
be
does release
calm.
toxins that ruin the
Yes.
meat if they're scared.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why you gotta kill the lobster
adrenochrome
first.
Toxins
How
of
I
flavor
can't see it coming.
toxins.
It's like here's an apple. Boom.
I
I
mean
mean, maybe
that's
if
why they
you're-
keep the pigs and chickens and cows calm right before
Yeah.
they get made into food. Because
I mean,
if you actually scare them, it destroys the meat.
I mean,
Absolutely
I-
destroys
I-
it.
Play
I guess-
elevator music to them, but just before
I
they-
guess if you're trying to make it like a adrenochrome sauce to go on it, yeah, you would want them scared.
All right, I got to call
That's a
bullshit.
Hollywood sauce.
That was a great joke that got stepped on by some shitty ass fucking elevator music.
Welcome to my world, Dad. That's what's going to happen to me all night every time you talk.
I like hollandaise.
I couldn't
sauce.
hear you.
I can make
Mark,
it a
go
nice
ahead.
hollandaise.
I got to call bullshit on a perfect old 442. Right, beautiful in these slums. What the hell's that car doing there? And how does
That
it
is
start?
It's
what the
Dennis
hell's
Leary's
going on
car.
there? It's just like Dennis. I mean, he's able to have like that beautiful, gorgeous car, like 1970
Everything's dirty
Olds.
except the car.
Like,
yeah.
he's
That's
just
the
sitting
one
there,
thing
like,
that he gets for being leader. Everyone respects him, so everybody brings some stuff for that one vehicle.
And is
I
there
want
still
that big
gas
ass
anymore?
gun,
Where's he
yeah.
getting the gas? Shit. But
He
anyway,
steals
I
it,
love
just
the
like he
car.
stole
My
the
friend had a car
Doritos.
like that. But yeah, they're not making gas anymore. It's illegal, right? I mean,
He
but
kinda
that's a
has to
few.
use
That's where
him.
what's. I have a '67 Mustang. I'm worried, in 20 years I won't be able to gas for the freaking thing anymore. So
It's gonna take
I
more
got
than
pulled-
20 years, but
yeah, I got pulled
There he
over
is.
once by a cop. He's like, "You don't have your emission sticker on your car." He's like, "Well," I'm like, "This car's older than I am. It's 1967. There's no emission controls
Yeah,
on it. So
indeed.
fuck off. Leave me alone. You can't give me a ticket."
Now,
So,
Dennis Leary's gun is like a homemade gun, right?
Couldn't
Yeah,
tell
it
there.
looks like a flare gun.
I do not know.
With
of
two
the
barrels.
flare
I thought
gun.
it was a sawed-off boomstick.
The other day, Ginger
Really
Really
sawed off.
Jesus was telling me they stopped making the metal flare guns because people were shooting shotgun shells out of them. They are both 12 gauge, so
Whoa.
probably
if you
still
got a
get
hold of
them.
two of them, you could rig them together, I suppose.
Dude,
flare
look at
gun's
that
pretty damn
blaze
dangerous on
right
on its
there,
own,
Mark.
so.
Yeah,
That phrase
Oh, here we
right
go.
there.
Here, I'm gonna go
That-
back to
that's
this.
the
Yeah,
old, this phrase sums up like Toxic
yeah, the
Tuesday
whole
in a
movie. Why
nutshell.
don't you read these?
I
Nick?
want
Yep.
high cholesterol. I'm the kind of guy. Go back.
Oh, yeah, let me go back. Yeah, yeah.
I like to
that's
read.
typical
I'm
one.
into freedom of speech and choice. And then he goes on.
So,
go ahead.
yep.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to sit in a greasy spoon and wonder. That's us. Should I have steak or jumbo barbecue ribs with grape fries? Bro, have both.
Oh,
That's
I
the way
read
to
in the
go.
New York Times that's the definition of white supremacy.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry right now.
I
We're
want
talking
high
about rat burgers.
cholesterol. I want the bacon, butter, and buckets of cheese. I want all those too. I want a heart attack on a plate.
You know how much butter I used at Thanksgiving? Like fucking 16 sticks.
As you should.
Mm.
I want to smoke.
You
a
would be
Cuban
surprised at how
cigar.
much butter my household goes through.
Oh, I
Fucking
believe
delicious.
it.
Makes
Yeah.
everything
I
better.
believe it. I want to smoke a Cuban cigar the size of Cincinnati, dude. I want one the size of Russia. Seriously.
As long as they're rolled on the thighs of a Cuban. No, nobody.
What?
The naked thighs
was
of
a
a
good
Cuban
one.
Do you
virgin.
need a cabana boy?
They have to be virgins too, because they need
Yep.
to be clean thighs.
So who's doing this tonight? You got to read this one, Nick.
I wanted to run through the streets naked with Jello all over my body,
I'm
dude.
mad should have read that.
Dude, Matt, that is what Mad should actually be doing, right? He should get off the stream and go do that. I don't care if it's cold
And
out.
he will.
And never mind. He lives in Texas. He won't have to worry about freezing.
Are
Read
you
Playboy
fucking kidding me?
magazine
It's cold
because
as
I
shit
feel the
outside.
need
Wind's
to.
coming out, man. It's
Yeah,
cold.
man.
Wind
Oh,
chills.
pussies.
Wait,
Come up
What
to
is it-
Canada
what is
and
it,
try and
60
run
what is it,
outside.
62
Yeah,
degrees there,
exactly.
man.
Look, man, it's like 35. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
oh, 30 something.
Diddums.
You have degrees. That's funny.
I'm not a freak. I live in a real state.
Oh, damn it.
A real country.
Yeah, a real country.
You're not behind the maple curtain in Kazakhstan, the People's Republic of
True that.
Kazakhstan.
Who's making those sparks behind him?
All right, we can
Someone
carry forward
welding?
these photos, Mark.
Well, Music
We
video
should read
guys.
this one too, Nick. This line's
All
good.
right.
Yep.
I've seen the future. It's a 47-year-old virgin in his pajamas.
I'm not 47 and
Oh,
I'm not a
true.
virgin, but I am in my pajamas. I don't want to hear it.
I'm in my pajamas too, and I'm gonna be 35 in a few minutes. Drinking a banana broccoli shake, singing "I'm a wiener."
Right?
I'm an
Really
Oscar Mayer
nice.
wiener.
So-
Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Are we to
Yes.
assume that Dennis Leary was remembers society before it turned into what it is now? He's old enough to remember
Evidently.
before.
That motherfucker.
No.
This is a great
this
line
my
here too,
future?
Nick. Yeah, this line here.
What he wants, when he wants, how he wants. Yes, I love it.
He
Your
was
other
what
choice down here.
Kids born in the 2000s were supposed to turn out to be, but unfortunately,
Oh,
Mm.
they went the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized that the end of my story is basically just being unvaxxed and living in a sewer.
Again, prophetic. It's
Dude, that is a nice ass sewer, okay? I'm okay with that. If that's a sewer, I can live there. Okay?
With that nice
my
old.
God. We're gonna
let's
make
be
this
real.
sewer
They,
look like,
was it Jesse you just asked about the sparks? They just borrowed a Motley Crue fucking video set. Come on.
That's
That's
true.
what I'm saying. Yeah, in the background, they're just shooting him.
They came with all
Oh,
these-
I thought that's where Rob Zombie was born.
Yeah, in
Dude,
the background you
all
can hear
these
"Pink
Wikipedia.
Summer Hot" in a bit. Yeah, so like,
Where did they get all this leather from? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
everything-
Like,
I thought those were
Mad
tires.
Max. Like everything's like Mad Max world under
Yeah.
the city. That's what's hilarious.
A lot of that shit is garbage and tires.
Yeah,
if
it
I
is.
saw that much leather, I would like maybe the hamburgers are made out of beef
Maybe.
because the leather has to come from
It's
somewhere.
leather. It's
I
leather.
get time to
It's
believe.
all
Dude,
pleather.
But
Big
who became
Mac.
this good at tailoring like
You know what probably is? It's probably off of a lot of old
Tires.
cars and shit. Yeah, I know. That's a good question. One of those broads is good at this shit. She pumps it out for him.
like that,
Snipes
that's
has a tire
impressive
in his
tire
shoulder.
work.
Yeah, it's like that thing
tire
around
there.
his neck looks like it's a connector for a hose in a car.
Yeah, he's wearing a tire there. Yeah.
Wait, was
And he
that
wears
for
it well.
Rook?
I
Was that for
literally
Rook?
said all this shit like 20 minutes ago about his suit, but yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we're saying it so people care.
I know, right? It's not Mad saying it, so
They rated Rob Halford's
As if
story.
Mads could say anything.
Right? At least somebody
Garrett.
recognizes the struggle.
The struggle is real.
Oh, damn.
go find
Dude,
a
I-
penis.
What for what? Just go find a
Just
penis?
go find a
Just
penis.
I found one. Here.
Okay, I mean,
There we go.
Now go find another one.
Damn, I
Move
didn't think
on.
he'd be smart enough to realize he had one on his person.
Move on.
I actually
Carry it
didn't
with me
until
everywhere
somebody,
I
I
go.
think Garrett looked down. I was,
I
I
know,
was
see, y'all
thinking,
had to fucking,
I was like, where would I find a penis?
I
can't
need
find a
Mad to
penis
go out.
anywhere.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
see
whoa!
other
Pause
dicks.
that shit. Is that the dude from Ninja Turtles in the background?
Oh my god.
Jesse
Whoa,
Ventura
is
is
that-
in here somewhere.
I
No,
think
oh,
that
shit.
was
Yeah,
go
his
back,
cat
go back,
suit?
go
No, go
back,
back.
I never
go
noticed.
back. Dude,
Where? Which guy?
The shaved
It
head.
is.
Yeah.
That's him.
I
Dude,
don't
that's
know if
him.
that's him or not.
They share the
Right here?
universe of the Ninja
No.
Turtles.
He's
Oh,
just chilling
shit.
there.
No,
That
Oh
guy?
my god. This got better.
I know.
you think it's
By
him?
the way,
a
Tom,
second.
Tom, my first thought was like the back of a cereal box. Remember, you used to have that thing where you have to like cross your eyes to be able to see the image. That was the first place I thought of looking for a penis. Is that weird?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and no. I knew it would
looking
keep
for
you
a
busy
penis.
long
That's-
enough.
You know, I
mean,
thought of looking at one of those paintings where you have to like look at it. And it's
Yeah, that's what I'm
in.
talking about,
Whoa.
Yeah, but guys, I think we're missing the Demolition Man 2. You have the Rise of Shredder here. Like, that's the movie.
So the foot lives down here.
Yes,
They
this
all
is the
become
Rise of the
plan.
Foot.
Oh,
Yeah, but they wouldn't eat rat
Oh,
though, because
yeah.
They're
the sensei is a rat.
babies.
So
No, they would eat all rat because they want to get rid of Splinter. Like, so they just focus on rat. They're
Yes,
just
that is
murdering
him.
all the rats and making burgers out of them.
That
This is the movie.
That is Toshiro Obato. he is playing Cryocon. So,
Oh,
that is-
Cryocon.
It's really
It is him?
That is
Holy
him.
shit.
Yeah.
Points. Put him on the
turtle
board.
power.
Is he the one that screams, "They are babies"?
Hey, Punk
No,
Waddle
that's
did-
Shredder.
All right,
Oh,
Punk
okay.
Waddle posted this at 11:02.
Tatsu has like 3 lines.
Did the turtle survive? Yeah, so Punk Waddle did posted that too in the chat. So good eye, Punk.
Wait,
Punk
It's a
Waddle.
shared universe.
so he's the guy that like when Shredder like disappears or whatever, he's like, "Okay, now I am in charge. Never mind." That one?
Yeah,
Did you
exactly.
see those
I,
VHSs on the,
Tatsu, now leave.
the wall?
Let any who challenge step forward.
Master Shredder.
Master Shredder.
Dude, I would pay good money to see this universe collide.
Hey, that's the
Ninja
idea
Turtles
for
and
the sequel,
Demolition Man.
Turtles
Fuck
versus
yeah.
Got to be a
Demolition
comic book
Man.
out there somewhere.
Well, they'd be over the New York
sewers.
sewers.
Tatsu and I saw
Let an
Shredder
Oscar
after he
Mayer
got
wiener.
crushed and dumped in a dump. I would have been like, holy shit, how are you alive? I wouldn't just be like, Master Shredder. Like, Jesus Christ, are you okay?
I like this.
Phoenix, dude. This third act is incredible because like it goes into a chasing and then it goes into a shootout. Like it's a 1-2 punch of a
phenomenal
third
action,
act. Everything about it feels like it really feels like you feel like, oh man, anything can happen, anyone can die at any moment. Like nothing feels like, oh, this character is safe. There's no plot armor. You even like I
Man,
felt like there's
the point when he's like they're fighting in the car and he's hitting the road while they're driving past. Like, yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
that because like you see like what's that? Simon's like trying to get his head around. Simon loves his puns too. He's like, yeah, we're gonna give you a haircut too.
Yeah.
He's holding
Wait,
his head to the road.
Okay, go back. Did we just say Q? I swear to God, Q from
no,
Star
I
Trek was there.
I met him in an elevator. I thought he was gonna fuck with me.
Yeah,
but-
there's Q. Like, come
Right
on,
there.
that's Q. That is Q.
Nah,
It's
that's
a
not
lady,
cute.
but yeah, it's the same outfit he wears. Yeah.
Yeah. Q
All right,
shows
guys,
up in the movie.
I gotta head out.
All right, Quarter. You want
Oh.
to plug it real quick?
No, stay.
What do you want?
Love you,
What
Garrett.
would you say?
Anything you want to plug it real quick?
It's my channel. You know, just come hang out on the
Have my
channel.
baby.
You heard this, boy.
I'll
I
have
can't
your
have
baby.
no babies, man. I got my
You
tubes,
got-
Ted.
Yeah. Well, Garrett.
All right,
hey,
thanks for having me on.
Cheers, buddy.
Garrett,
Fun.
before you go,
You see it, bud.
thank you for the plug on your stream earlier. Appreciate it. Thank you for bringing all these
hell yeah.
newbies. I appreciate it. Thank
Subscribe.
you.
We need to
and
get you to 1,000. Like
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, isn't
We're
it weird
almost
that he
there.
isn't?
We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm at 8:15 right now. So
Nice.
shout out to
Good.
Garrett
Good.
and
Pretty
Tom
close.
for
Right.
plugging
subscribe,
the channel.
guys.
So
Subscribe. Come on.
yes, thank you, Garrett. Go the fuck to sleep. I'll see you
I
soon.
will.
All right. I can't wait till we get our show launched.
Goodbye,
Hey,
Garrett.
Bed,
See you,
in bed,
buddy.
Garrett.
Secrets.
Take
Don't
care.
tell anyone.
Secrets.
By the
Yeah.
way, Garrett just
You didn't
became a
hear
lot more
that.
interesting. He became a lot more now that I know his tubes are tight. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm interested.
Yeah.
So you're willing to have
Yeah,
sex
come
with
on,
him now,
Street
then?
Smarts or my
Made the
channel.
transition.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Later.
later, Garrett.
Bye, Garrett.
All
Come
right.
on, Yeti.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I thought it was the only chance we're ever going to get to invite him on Street Smarts. I went for it, man. I went
We
for
don't
it.
ask people; they ask us. That's why no one ever comes on, and that's the way we like it.
I keep missing my link, guys, to Street Smarts. I look for it
I
every
just
show
dropped
and
the
it's
link
not
in the
there. My
chat,
link
and
isn't
then I
there.
have to
we only let people who aren't about to die on, okay?
Oh, okay. You don't
No,
want me
I've had-
dying on the stream.
There's just been once I let a fake Tom on, and then I figured out people were using fake Toms really instantly when his profile picture became a penis. And now since then, I've had 2 fake Toms try to join. I'm like, Tom. He's just like, no, I texted Tom. Like, are you waiting in the back? He's like, nope. All right, that's good.
Well, that was a really interesting story. You want to tell it again?
Yeah,
You could tell.
What
You
a
could tell it
dick.
wasn't Tom because the penis was quite large.
yeah. I have people
Yeah.
who come into the thing just to try to switch their profile pictures to genitals and try to get my channel taken down for a week.
Oh, Jesus.
My God.
I hate it when that happens.
How much
That
do you
car is
regret
gorgeous.
having us all on here, Nick?
Not at all. I want to do this again. Yeah, you should be a regular on Toxic Tuesday.
What?
If
Oh, this is
anything.
so much fun. I'm usually watching, so I love it.
You should be a regular. You fit right in with.
No, I don't care for that at all.
We'll cancel you, Mad.
So, Nick, could you highlight Darius Munchausen's last chat?
No, that's all right. You can
As long as it's not a hairy
hair.
penis, like
Yeah.
make sure, because that guy he draws
my-
creepy shit.
Mad has consistently not thanked me for
Why would I
introducing
thank
him
him?
to
I
one
was
of the
the one-
best movies of last year.
No, it was my favorite movie of 2021, and I
Yeah,
told you, I said 70s rock fan. You really need to check out.
Have you got this
Old
kind of
Henry.
reverse timeline going on in your head? Because
Can we-
I said to you, "Here's a movie you need to watch," and you
Whatever.
did.
I still haven't
and
had
I'm
the
very
individual who
I'm
told me
grateful
what the
you
Greasy
listened.
Strangler was come forward and take credit for it. That dirty bastard.
By the way, Tom, have you seen it yet?
No, it's on my
Greasy
list though.
Strangler.
Yeah, fucking Greasy Strangler. I tell you what, I've never said "What the fuck am I watching" more times in my life during a movie.
What is Greasy? What?
It's a guy like
Strangler.
eating a Philadelphia cheesesteak and like
That would be more interesting.
strangling
Well,
hookers, right?
something like that, sort of.
Uh,
It's fucked
Sounds
up.
like Mad's kind of movie.
Y'all seen Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, it sucked.
Imagine if the people who made Napoleon Dynamite made a horror movie.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I didn't even
that-
think the Napoleon
That
Dynamite
makes me think of
good.
that makes me think of Rubber. By the way,
Sounds fucking painful.
Rubber, the movie, the horror movie, was better as a trailer than actually as a movie. Anybody seen Rubber about the
No, I haven't seen it.
Pelican
The tire,
like,
the kill-
I hate
yeah.
rubbers.
Is that the killer tire?
Yeah, the killer tire
Yeah,
that could like kill things with his
Yeah.
mind. That
Wait,
was
Yeah,
what?
yeah. That was
tire. Yeah.
I played that trailer and they
High-
hit me with a copyright claim. It's like
The-
you
High
motherfucker.
concept.
The trailer is so much more enjoyable than the actual movie. The movie, you're just like, oh wow.
Can't we just get some slashers up in the house here?
Okay, so this is unrelated, but I gotta bring it up because it's a funniest comedy I've seen in years, and that was Dead Detectives on Shudder. Man, more people have got to go watch that because it was brilliant. It was so funny. Go watch that movie.
You ever notice that in the future all cars have those winged doors? What do their parking lots look like?
Well, it's easy to park, right? Because you can go right next to each other.
Well, Tom,
Got
I'm
triple
2 seconds
park.
into this
Well, that was that-
trailer.
Well, that was cool too in that scene where they in the
Told
beginning
you,
where they're
dude.
showing where all the
My
cars are
God.
parked. And,
All right.
You'll love it, man. There's
Trackers.
tons of penises.
Yeah, that one parking garage they did show where the car was missing. The
Oh,
cars
here's the
weren't
hair
laid
cut.
out in a
I'm
circular
watching that
pattern, so
trailer,
the
Tom, and
doors
it's
went at each other.
disturbing. Very
I
disturbing.
warned you, motherfucker.
It's very disturbing.
Now we
right,
almost
just-
probably have to show it so everybody knows what the fuck.
I love
we're
the
what
fact
is
that the
this
father
shit?
and the offspring are wearing the same pink top.
It's because that's part of their business. They're
It looks like Richard Branson. The
you
the guy
can't
that
start
plays the father.
explaining the movie without giving the entire plot
I'm
away.
sorry,
It's
that's
so
true.
Can
fucked
you-
What
up.
the fuck is this shit?
It's the
Right?
Greasy Strangler.
The fuck?
But Matt would enjoy it 'cause it's
that
full
looks
of
like
naked-
every fucking Democrat ever.
It's naked, hairy men. Mad would love it.
Trivia time. Name a movie with Tom Hanks and Sally Field that isn't Forrest Gump.
What the fuck?
All right.
No, son, no. What did you link in here?
Don't talk. We don't need to talk about the dudes. Yeah.
I warned you.
Deleted scenes for $2.99 says, "Hail Nick, panel and chat." There was originally a scene where Stallone found his daughter, now an adult with her own children. Do you think they were right to cut that subplot, or should they have left it in? Ooh, that's a great question. Tom, what do you
You
think?
should have left it.
Tom, what do you think? Tom's gone. Oh, there he is.
I think it detracts from the film if you leave it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Do they? Does even? I'm trying to remember. Do they even bring up his daughter in the original part of the movie?
They brought her up in
Vaguely,
the car scene when they mentioned like that he obviously he got obviously his wife had passed on and there was a daughter, so she was mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and-
what I don't like is that he just kind of then just blows it off. I mean,
Well, Yeah, because it would
I
make
didn't
it
like that
weird
either.
later on when he tries to bone her when he finds out that his daughter is fucking Sandra Bullock. He's like, no, don't look her up. It's gonna be weird when I try to
this
do
is
the
a man
hunka
that eats
munka
rat
with you.
burgers. You never know; he might have been okay with it. I mean, who knows?
Dude, look at that. If you break down, you Mickey Mouse piece of shit.
No, I think
Mickey
they should
Mouse
have.
card, yeah.
He should have shown more concern about his daughter. I mean, you don't just go, "Ah, well, what the hell." You know, I know he's
Well, I
fighting
think
a
that-
psychotic villain, but you know.
Well, if they cut that scene, maybe that explains why. Like, he,
Yeah.
you know, because he didn't keep asking about his daughter. Like, he'd want to know what happened to your daughter. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
you would.
that's
yeah.
kind of crazy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
yeah. I mean, maybe not at that second, but there's no way you're going to go to the future and not find
Like,
out. What happened to
Daddy
your
wasn't
daughter.
a mass murderer. That was a convict that did that. Yeah, I didn't do that. Sorry,
yeah,
I missed your life.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
let the dad clear it up. I agree. Let her know what really was going on, because there's always missing context. You want to paint sometimes the dad, especially in modern movies, they gotta paint the dad in the bad light. So the dad needs to get out of jail and explain what really happened, what actually happened. So, yeah.
See what happened.
Another
is
reason
usually your
why
mother's
this
a
shouldn't come
bitch,
out.
and then she lied about everything.
Well, that's why this another reason why we don't need a sequel, because someone would make an attempt to actually try to make his character legitimately a bad dad. They need to just have the daughter be the bestest ever, as many of us like to say, in the confines of the YouTube-averse. So why fucking bother with that shit? Fuck that.
Script doctor.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's not a bad dad. He just happened to kill an awful lot of people.
Well, here he says Spartan's daughter lives underground and he is protecting her when Phoenix attacks. That's the only clip of her that made it to the film.
was that
No
the blonde
shit,
girl that's
really?
next to Dennis
Wow.
Leary? Yeah, there's a blonde, right? I think.
Oh, no shit.
I did not notice that actually all this
She
time.
was the chick who went attacking from the Taco Bell.
So he's
Yeah.
got to not. Yeah, he doesn't want her to be known to Phoenix. And,
That's messed up.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's smart. I like it.
And there's our boy. He's progress now. He's one with
Benjamin.
the underground.
Benjamin
Yeah.
The
Curly
one
haired
thing
brunette.
We had him on Midnight's Edge.
Did you
That's
really?
right. Yeah,
Nice.
I remember that.
Badass,
Good
dude.
dude.
Nice.
He's in isn't there a rule like he has to be in every Sandra Bullock movie?
Is there? Wow. I never piece that together, Rooney.
He's in
Never
almost every
noticed
single
that.
movie she's in.
Is it?
And like the Miss Congenialities, and there was like another one or two movies.
He's in that.
you know,
What, 2
and
weeks'
stuff.
notice? Is he in that?
Yeah, I think. Which one is it? Like he's in a couple of them with her.
That's
I
the
know,
Hugh
at least.
Grant one.
The one thing I want from this movie that they never
Oh, here it
made
is. You can
was,
take this top and shovel it.
Shovel it.
Oh, yeah. It's like close enough.
The most disappointing rental of all time was getting 28 weeks instead of 28 weeks later.
Oh God.
You expect zombies, but no, they never show up.
That's like. Didn't David Spade or something make that show?
I don't know.
So I
But
swear
with the
I
car,
remember.
besides the cannoli,
Sorry.
I really want them to invent that reinflate the tire thing.
What would have made Sandra Bullock's character come full circle is if she had actually said a quote or a saying properly. That would have made her character development like complete.
Agreed.
Yeah, that would definitely, because she got closer with shovel it, but if she had said shove it, like, okay, she officially had character progression. She actually said a statement properly.
You really kicked his ass at the end or something, right?
Yeah. It would have been funny to like, and then
Instead of
he'd be like,
looking
hey, and then like Stone could make like a break in the third wall if it's like, hey, she said something right, type of thing. Like, and looked at the screen.
But doesn't she say you really licked his ass?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
He
right.
really licked his ass.
Yeah.
we're gonna blow this guy. Like, Jesus,
That shit was hilarious.
I've seen those lines so many times, and I still laugh my ass off every time because she's you're like, can you imagine like if you're like hanging around her in real life, you're like, yeah, like okay. It would just be one of those like awkward moments, like, yeah, blow up this guy.
Oh, come on. Let's be honest. If someone like Sandra Bullock was saying that to you, you would let all of it fly. Except for Matt. He'd hate her.
Yeah, I already do.
I think
I
Matt
just
approved
hated-
that line though.
What line?
The
It's
blow
about
me
blowing a
line,
guy.
right? Yeah,
About
gonna blow
the shovel.
You
it?
got to give her credit though, Matt. She's trying to be so manly in this movie. So
I get what you're saying, and I do appreciate her trying to be more like a man, as they all should.
She's got more balls than the other police in it.
Yeah, she was trained by Jackie Chan, right? By his movies. Yep. She kicks some ass. Yep.
Well, she's more of a man than the male feminist there, so
Oh God,
that's something.
Well, at least
I was
when,
about to say, is that guy not your type?
well, when she beats the one guy's ass, like it's not like she like tries to fight and she tosses the guy 50 feet, like around, like like certain shows nowadays. It's more of a believable fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, here's the fight here, actually. Yeah. So
Anybody else have that song like shovel it just a little bit, or is that just me? Nope,
Yeah,
just
it's
me.
all you.
Okay.
Just you.
Well, all right.
I have no idea what you're singing.
It's a song.
That was singing.
it's supposed to be wiggle it. I don't know where shovel it comes from.
Because of the shovel, like from the movie. That we're
Yeah, you're
talking about.
attaching two things that have nothing to do with the other, and you're wondering why nobody else thought of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
I
to
don't know
fuck
why.
that up, Mad. Jeez.
Oh, hey.
Do you even
It's
know
a
what you're
fail.
yelling? Do you
You
even know
really
what you're
needed
yelling,
him
or are
off.
you just yelling to yell and be heard?
I'm yelling to be heard. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, good
Mad,
job.
I blame you.
No, go ahead,
producer.
70s. Go ahead, 70s. It's your turn now.
I blame your producer, Mad, and your editors.
You really beat him off. Beat him up. Go figure, her character would say all the sex like lines, and they would all be like she's totally like she's like the blonde character.
No, I want to steal that for an overlay. You really beat him off.
Wiggle it just a little bit, but I want to see you wiggle it just a little bit. Acid crew. Thank you, RC, for that one.
Shovel it's better, I think.
Well, that's anal after Taco Bell, the acid groove.
A man has died by my
No,
hands.
nothing.
No.
Murder, death,
You may-
kill.
You may
Oh,
want to
hey,
punch that one up a little
There's
bit.
that reference. Of
Yeah.
I'll go back to that. Yeah.
Hold on, look at that Dallas. He said, "Oh, I'm Jackie Chan movies." That totally
Yeah,
not,
where'd you
not
let
a
it kick like
reference.
that?
Totally not a reference. You really fucked his ass and beat him off.
That's what Mad wishes Tom Cruise said.
That's right.
That's what he
With
said in
his
his
shirt
What
mouth.
does Tom Cruise have to do with this?
That's what he says.
No,
every
it's just
time he
what you
closes
want
his
him to
eyes.
say.
To who? For
To
what?
you.
Why? Why
'Cause
would
you
I
love
want?
him.
Why would I want Tom Cruise to say to me, "You really fucked his ass and beat him off"?
Because you wore out the volleyball scene in the VHS.
Yeah,
That
thank you.
does not connect at all. You guys want to like take some
See, that
time,
joke we
get
all
together, right? Punch that up a little bit.
We're all on
There's
this.
no
We're on the
connect-
side
th-
here.
There's no like connective tissue between
So
anything. y'all just
Demolition
said.
Man.
You like dicks? We get it. It's a joke.
So, okay, as this movie is getting ready to close out, Dustin, where do you rank this in toxicity and in greatness and handy randies?
Well, I think in greatness, this is one of those. I think I got to give this a 9.6.
Oh, okay. And what score is that for?
That's That's just the greatness overall as far as 90s movies go for me. I think toxicity. I think this one hits really close to home, to modern times. So it's going to be a higher toxicity. I can never tell what's a low score good or a high score. I forget.
High scores are good, unless it's golf. Then it's bad.
So I'd say this is like a 9.
Golf isn't a real sport.
Dude, it's hard. It's way too hard.
Doesn't mean it's a real sport. No one bleeds in golf.
Well, that depends on if Tiger comes home late.
Correct. And then I think Handy Randy's 5 out of 5 Handy Randy's.
All right,
He would totally blow that guy.
All right, Mad, you get to follow up with your handy randy. So
Well,
go ahead
obviously-
and sound off.
Well, this is gonna be 9.5 out of 10 Handy Randys. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10 toxic. It would be lower, but they did have one female in here. Did not care for that. Luckily, she didn't have very much like character development, which I do appreciate. And as far as like greatness, it's a solid 9.6 for me out of 10.
All right, killer.
How does this only get 2 on the toxicity scale?
Well, because it's not that toxic at all. The only toxic part is having a chick in it.
What?
I guess
Yeah.
I don't understand your toxicity scale then.
Well, mine is like,
Would
you know,
the chick
like,
make it
different
more
from those-
toxic?
It's different.
that's
from-
right.
had to
That's
put
why I
up-
got to 2
put up
and not
with
a
it?
0.
Yeah, because it all depends on how many tampons that there are for toxic shock.
Okay,
that's where
I get it.
toxicity
I-
comes
See,
from.
Matt's been rating
I-
these movies the opposite of us the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He just wants to watch Magic Mike again.
Wow, that one really nailed it on that one. Good job there, Jesse.
You
That
like
one
Magic
hit it out of the park.
I will admit.
Need more
That
time.
didn't make me laugh.
All right, Mark D with a C. Go ahead. And speaking of handy Randy, worship me.
Well, yeah.
We
here's
do
my,
worship at the altar.
Here's
of
my handy
Randy
Randy $6
here.
million doll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his hand, I got to fix his hand. So anyway, but yeah, I give this. I agree with Matt. There 9.6 on the greatness. I mean, this movie predicts the future all too well. Freaking scary now how
We're in
it's
that
going.
future, man.
We're in that future. We're living it. So back when I saw it when it came out, you're laughing at it, and oh yeah, they're gonna ban swearing, ban all these things, and it's
this
ban
was even
food,
before
ban-
smoking and stuff was banned.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
yeah. So it predicted everything, and the future looks, they do a great job making the future look good, compared to like Back to the Future where it looks ridiculous. I mean, they really did a great job in this movie. So yeah, all these things they predicted, it's happening now. It's freaking scary. Toxic, I give it a freaking 10 because you got these 2 toxic males from the past that smoke, drink, eat meat. They like to eat rat. I mean, they kill people. They don't give a shit about
they
swearing.
Need a toxic man, right?
Yeah, and that's the only thing that'll save him is a real man, right? Kicking ass. So yeah, everyone else is a bunch of pansies. The cops can't even arrest anyone. So I think it's a totally toxic movie. And the message is just back then it was a satire and a joke, but it's just showing you how the movies that have great political satire really have a great message. That Dennis Leary speech in the end is knocks it out of the park with hey, I want to be able to free. I want to be free. I want to be able to think. I want to have people decide how I'm going to live and what I'm going to eat and what I'm going to do. So yeah, love this movie. And Handy Randy's, I guess Handy Randy, I'd give him. Well, it'd be tough to hold the real guns for Handy Randy, so I guess I'd have to give him a 3 out of 10 Handy Randys. Maybe those sticks, those wimpy batons, he'd be able to handle, but not the real guns that Stallone uses. But yeah, I don't think anyone here in the chat. If you haven't seen this, go watch this freaking movie. It's awesome.
No, well said, Mark. Yeah, that speech really does hit close to home. Like it's just one of those things. Like it feels totally relevant to today. And I guess I'll get off my score. I'm gonna go with a 8 for the toxicity rating. I mean, you got 2 amazing leads with Stallone and Wesley Snipes, who swear their mouths off, are violent as fuck, and they're both like. Obviously, Stallone's a horn dog, especially since he's probably had frozen cum surrounded by him for 30 years. That's all crusty and shit. So
I don't want to see that picture.
This is a big deal, and now he's risen up literally and figuratively. So now it's a new beginning, and now he's got new whoopee for him. So
he's Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my god. So yeah, I give this an 8 on toxicity scale. This gives a whole like circle of handy Randys, so full scale 10 out of 10 handy Randys. And for a movie, I'm gonna go with a 9.6 as a traditional movie scale. It's stood the test of time. I'd say like 95% of the movie still looks amazing. There's a few scenes like, that's some 90s-ness in terms of the effects, but the rest of it still looks absolutely still fucking amazing. Even the futuristic stuff still looks great, and at times even foreshadowing. So that makes it even more impressive. So it's almost like they planned it. Anyways, that's my score.
Yeah.
Tom Connors.
Well, on the toxicity level, going on the mad scale, I guess I'd give it a 2 like him. But on everybody else's scale, I'd give it about an 8. As far as the movie score itself, what sucks is this movie's too damn good to be a B-rated A movie, right? Like you're right, it's in that 9 out of 10 percentile to where it's just too damn good. As far as what's left? I think I did them all. Handy Randy's. Oh, Handy Randy's. I give this ultimate Handy Randy's because Handy Randy would love the fact that he has VR now and doesn't have to use his hand to jerk off.
The hardest part would be him trying to put it on his face.
Well,
You know,
he
so,
Yeah,
like,
that would be like 10
he would have to
minutes.
prop it up on the counter and try to wiggle his head into it.
Did anybody find out what the?
Hold on, I gotta put it.
We
against
really
the
need to
fruit
do
bowl.
the foundation thing for Handy Randy too. By the way, we need to
Yeah,
find out the
Oh,
real
I forgot about that.
foundation.
Yeah.
How do we define the handies? But yes, okay, cool, awesome. Anything else, Tom?
Frozen peas.
Frozen peas. You heard the man. Frozen
No, like
peas.
basically, Mark D kind of hit everything I was going to say anyway. Like the whole fact
Oh
of
yeah,
how
he hit.
you know, like the toxicity level should even probably be higher because that's kind of the whole point of the film is you need a good old classic, you know, John Wayne type, and you know that's what Stallone kind of encapsulated here, or Clint Eastwood type, whatever. In this day and age where everybody's a bunch of fucking pansy soy boys, and it's true. It's like, and then you got. You know, Sandra Bullock, who's more manly than most of the men in the movie. So, you know, it's kind of ironic at the same time, like we keep bringing up that it's, you know, how much it's come true. Like, and as far as Back to the Future, I do got to stick up for that though. They intentionally exaggerated the shit in Back to the Future because Zemeckis was like, "There's no way we could predict the future." But it's ironic how in our exaggerated future we got so much shit right.
Yeah,
I think the same can be said for this year. Is I think they were kind of trying to do the same thing. I think they were trying to do an exaggerated future, but in their exaggeration, they just got it kind of close, right?
I see Clown World coming.
Killer.
I still want my floating hoverboard, but they're coming, right?
But I'm still waiting for cars that always look like they do in these futuristic movies. Not so much the flying part, but just how they look, right? Like,
Yep.
Killer.
They look like Ford Tempos. I don't want one of these.
no, I'm
Yeah,
some of the cooler
RoboCop,
ones.
yeah,
Like
uses
the
all the-
cop cars look cool and shit, though. Or are those the ones you saying look
That
like
little
Ford
bullet
Tempos?
car thing he had looked like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, GM. Someone put in the chat too. I think it was Rob Altus. It said old said there's all concept cars that they let them use in the movie, which is part of the reason it looks so.
Which is
cool.
kind of what they did with Back to the Future as well. They
Yeah.
gave them like a bunch of these concept cars and concept drawings for what these guys who design cars at the time think they would probably look like in the next 10, 20, 30 years or whatever.
Killer. Will that be all, sir?
I think so. I have nothing
Very
left to
nice.
say. This is a kick-ass movie. Go watch
It
it.
is a very kick-ass movie. Yes, you heard the man speak, guys. Jesse Miller, you know what to do.
Yeah, overall quality, I'm going to give this a 9 because, no movie is perfect, but they did an excellent freaking job at making a beautiful future that looked realistic.
Mhm.
The effects in this movie are still good. They used a lot of practical effects. The little bit of CGI they had, what is it? The little ball of freeze thing going down. Toxicity, I'm going to have to give that a 9 as well because, they could have been worse, but the movie is basically about it. It's basically about toxicity. So there you go. Handy Randy's gets 10 out of 10 Handy Randy's because I always define Handy Randy's as I just picture in my head Handy Randy being the main character. And if Handy Randy was in Stallone's shoes throughout this movie, I think that would definitely be 10 out of 10.
All right, killer. We still got more scores coming in from the chat. Jesse, well said. Thank you. I wholeheartedly I love what you had to say, and I pretty much mostly agree. Awesome. Thank you. And as always, thank you for coming on here and giving your time for the toxicity. So hopefully when we come back,
It's always a
next
good
week's-
conversation. It's a lot of fun.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. 70s. You know what to do, dude. Much
Yeah,
like
well,
Jesse.
First of all, I've actually got a picture that Handy Randy sent me. Well, you can't see it because of the overlay. But he was
Well, maybe
actually
we
cut
want to
from,
keep it there.
he was cut from this movie. This is a scene that was that he actually auditioned for this movie and was cut. So just a shame you can't see it because of the overlay. But Handy Randy there. I would give this movie. This is in my wheelhouse because it's science fiction action with Stallone and Snipes, and it's a dystopian future. It's all the things I love about a movie. I would have to give it for greatness 9.8 out of 10. I think the messages in it are just, there's some really good messaging, albeit done in a sort of humorous, satirical way, which is sometimes the best. I think from a toxicity perspective, I'd probably give it a little bit less. It's more of an 8 out of 10 toxicity. I think the humor kind of backs off the overt toxicity. In fact, Matt had a point when he mentioned Sandra Bullock's character, because she introduces a kind of a cute, humorous element to it that pulls that toxicity back a bit, I think. And it's got a lot of really good humor in it. So I think I would also give it 1 Handy Randy out of 3 seashells. That would be my score.
Can Handy Randy handle the seashells? I guess they're not too big. Right?
Well, this is the problem.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
we
he'd be in
don't know.
trouble. Yeah.
Might be in trouble, yep.
Go
I got the part where his head falls off, Nick, if you want to put that on.
Yeah, no, let's
Yeah,
definitely bring that back. I mean,
that part
classic.
is good, yep.
Especially when all
Here
the
goes
blood
heads
chunks
up.
come with it. Yeah, heads up.
Heads
They
up.
love their puns in this movie. And before I
Yeah.
bring the score on to Yeti Cast, I'm gonna try to see if I can sound off on some of these scores from the chat. I feel Soul Assassin 10 out of 10 in greatness, 11 out of 10 toxicity, and 4 out of 5 Handy Randy's. RC with a 9 out of 10. You got Rob Altus, 9 out of 10 toxicity, 9 out of 10 overall. And then that's it. Nope, that was not another one. God, I feel like Andre right here at a 10 out of 10. Raquel at 9 thumbs up. Naked Fame at 9 out of 10. Pulp Metallicus at 9.5. Mr. Grant Gregory at 9.4. Deleted Scenes at an 8. And those are the scores. And if anyone else hasn't given out their scores in the chat, you are welcome to give it out. If not, I appreciate everyone else who has given out their scores. And now, YetiCast, why don't you do your score system, sir?
Well, I give this 10 Jolly Green Giant hard-ons out of 10. Like, it's perfect.
Jolly Green Giants. Okay.
Jolly Green Giant hard-ons. No, not just a regular. It's got to be toxic hard-ons, okay?
Okay, very toxic hard-on.
Was it just kind of like a thick string bean or like an asparagus stalk? What does that look like?
No, none of this weak soy shit. This is hard corn stalk, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing else. So.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
That's the best I had in the time that we were given. So there's my score.
Killer.
Oh,
But
man.
either way, absolutely perfect movie. Like the puns are amazing, the acting is good, and just the amount of predictions that came up, like it's unbelievable. And I said this when I came in, I can't believe this is a movie that predicted the future so perfectly. If you asked me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it would not be Demolition Man. There's so many other things that you would have thought would be predicting the future. Not this one, but it is so close on every single level.
Even the lack of toilet paper, right? I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Nope.
Like it's got everything. So
with the Handy
it's got to
Randies.
be a 10.
I'm giving up asparagus now.
Jerry Smooch also with a 9 out of 10. And Naked Face, I'm the only one that mentioned music. He like giant throbbing veiny asparagus. Killer. Awesome. And
Why are you skipping Handy Randy?
Speaking of Handy Randy,
handies.
can you share that picture I got right there? Because that's
Yeah, I'll
what
share.
I think of every single time with Handy Randy, the guy from Scary Movie.
Well, I will tell you the only reason why I was skipping the Handy Randy because I don't know how that system fully works yet.
It
So
doesn't
I was
matter.
going to ask backstage
Logic
before
doesn't apply.
Matt embarrassed me out on stream.
It's a very gender fluid thing. You just gotta go with it.
Whichever way you want to go. You can go however you want.
And we got a ton
No
of fluid here for
restrictions,
you to go with.
But it's fully toxic movie because it's making fun of all the PC culture. So it's got to get at least a 9-10 on the toxic scale,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it made fun of PC culture, and PC culture struck back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that's the sad part.
That is that. Yeah, that's where the tragedy lies. But man, he looks like he got some mad lazy eye from Forrest Whitaker there. Seriously, look at he took a shot in the eye from the Whitaker. Alone at that one shot. Seriously, if you go by the one shot, look at he looked like he went through some Whitaker-ness.
That was a birth condition.
It's the hairy eyeball. The hairy eyeball.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see I got another one. Gen Xer here says second best Stallone movie. 10 Rocky Balboa. You guys in the chat, great. Well, once again, as always, I thank you in the chat for being here, supporting Toxic Tuesday, as always, for coming back. And for the newcomers from Quarter Black Garrett channel, for those from Midnight's Edge After Dark, hopefully you liked what you saw, and hopefully you'll come back for more toxicity. Next week we're gonna come back a little bit on the lighter, more upbeat side with something more fun. We're gonna do some martial arts, and we're gonna be heading to the Bronx in New York City, and we're gonna have a little bit of a rumble down there in the Bronx next week. So Rumble in the Bronx is the next Toxic Tuesday flick, and it's gonna be fun to do. And we have not really done a Jackie Chan, and considering Jackie Chan originally was supposed to be in this, it kind of times out well. So next week, Rumble in the Bronx is the next one. And Naked Fame, thank you. Andre, thank you as well. Bye, lovely Sherry. You have a great night. Yeah, and we'll plug our
channel. Ignore the fact that
as...
Rumble in the Bronx was clearly not filmed in the Bronx. I'm just saying.
Yo, I know, right?
It's
That's
Rumble
the best part.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Rumble Vancouver.
Rumble Vancouver.
Yeah. So as we get on going out, we will plug in our channels, and I'll start with Mr. Mad Mart again. Plug away.
Oh, hey, yeah. Tomorrow we have Street Smarts at 3 p.m. Central. And then we have live with Culture, with Matt and Culture doing it live on a stream together at 4:30 p.m. Central.
Hard.
Or Wednesday live, as it may otherwise be called.
No, you're not on it. I am. I know what it's called. And then I'll be over on whatever the fuck Scott's doing with the dump Wednesday night. And then Saturday we may do MBE Paranormal or not, or anything. Who knows? We'll see.
Only the future can tell.
Do you want a game after Mad?
Yeah, I'll game.
Okay, yeah. And come watch us game. So we're going to do that.
What are you playing?
World War Z.
World War Z?
Nice. Is that a game with a Y?
Yeah, if anybody wants to... Wow, that was lazy. If anybody wants to play with us, let us know, man.
I think I have that game.
It's cross-console. So if you want to play with us and our sticks, well, then come hop on.
Are they joysticks?
All right.
Do you need more time for those jokes?
Right? I mean, I'm setting you up with some pretty good, good shit.
Yeah,
I'm almost embarrassed for them because those were good setups.
Those are nice setups. I appreciate those. Yep.
All right, Mad. You've had your time. Thank you.
I mean, shit, you were the one that left me up there.
I did.
Hi, how are you? I wasn't sure wondering why I gathered you all here today. It's to sell you a timeshare. But no, I'm gonna just go play some games. My weed guy went to sleep, so I'm gonna go hop on Elder Scrolls. I started a guild over there. If you want to hop on the PSN, it could be 4 or 5. It doesn't matter. I do random streams with other people, normal like this. Not as much anymore because I'm lazy as fuck. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Killer, dude. Well, hey, Jess, thank you. I appreciate you coming on. You are the man.
Well, you know me. I just love dick jokes and one-liners.
Dude, and you fit right in with a bunch of dicks, man. So thank you for bringing you and your dick. I appreciate it.
Well, it's attached.
They're a package deal. And now, Dustin, my friend, plug away, dude.
I've got a channel where I cook with toxic meat and animal fats and eggs and all that stuff you're not supposed to eat. So I review all kinds of stuff, keto products and all that stuff. So check it out. I'm almost at 1,200 subscribers.
Woo! Nice.
I'm just trying to get my watch time up. So yeah, I'm at 1,500 watch hours.
You got this,
So,
dude.
Yeah.
You'll get there. I can't wait till you get there. I think we might end up getting nearly monetized nearly around the same time at the rate we're going. I'm catching up the subs. You're catching up on the hour. So we will grow like our dicks grow together. So
And
thank you, sir.
I gotta plug my Death of Nuance podcast.
Ooh.
4
Plugged.
episodes out. Check them out. We talk about all kinds of weird shit, uncensored. We have a good time.
Nice. Kill it, dude. Well, hey, as always, my man, thank you. Appreciate
Thanks so much
you.
for having me.
Yes, always. And now the man who keeps the camera going on Toxic Tuesday, the builder of amazing ships and toys. One of the unsung heroes of Toxic Tuesday, who will now be sung about, Mr. Mark D with a C. Sir,
Thank you.
Take it away. Yep. Please, guys, sub to
Appreciate
Mark.
it.
Please.
Appreciate it. Yep. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's great to hang out here and help to keep it toxic with that slideshow going. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Sunday night, I got a show, Sunday Night Geekery. A bunch of you guys have been on there. It's an open invite just to hang out. So every Sunday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. During the week, I've got, toy videos, reviews. I've been a little bit under the weather with something we won't name, but feeling a little bit better now. So didn't have too many videos lately, but do toy reviews. I just did a 3D print for Brightest Day. So we're looking to get a video out on that. Some cool Battlestar Galactica stuff with a 3D printer. And Thursday night, I'm on Clobby's Clubhouse. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. And it's been a lot of fun tonight. So this kind of made me feel a lot better because I've been on the couch recuperating, and this kind of got me going again. So
Dude,
appreciate being able to hang out here and got me feeling a little bit better. So this was a lot of fun tonight. So appreciate it.
Dude, thank you, man. And as always, you've been very instrumental on the success of this. So I appreciate that. And I'll continue my lifelong mission to help you out any way I can in return. That's how the
Same
cookie
here.
crumbles.
Same here. So we're going to be sharing some pizza in Connecticut someday, right?
Oh,
Yep.
you damn right, man. You damn right. And it's gonna be fun. We might have to bring Jesse in on the mix, and we'll all get pizza
awesome.
together. So, all right, dude. Thank you. Look forward to more streaming together. We got the journey to fulfill, and now to the man of many voices, the guy who I think actually is Moon Knight, Tom.
Oh wow, I'm Moon Knight now. I don't know if I can do that bad of an English accent though, or British accent or whatever it is he's doing. I don't even know. Ice cream is your friend.
Ice cream at your friend.
Ice cream is, you hear that, guys? Ice cream is his friend. That's all he's got. It's all that matters. Ice cream's your friend.
He's
Just
right.
Shut up and consume. Okay.
I'm gonna go get some right now.
It
You heard
likes
the
you.
man.
You like it. Who don't like ice cream? I'll tell
Communist.
you what. If you got a girl or wife that's upset with you, go get her a bowl of ice cream and watch shit change. Like
Tom is right. Tom is right. He's got it nailed. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Some Ben and Jerry's always does the salted caramel always seems to work pretty well.
don't matter, regardless. Like ice
Yo,
cream,
bitches love caramel.
so much.
Ice cream,
Yep.
shave some chocolate on top of that, Then you're going the extra mile.
And grab some roses in the store while you're there.
Flowers. help,
Oh,
but,
none of
you got
this
a lot
gay
those
shit.
girls that
Flowers
are
with
like-
the ice cream.
Some girls just don't like flowers. Some, candy and all that business. But no, ice cream wins every fucking time, and it
It's
works
true,
for
though.
any occasion.
Yep, you're right. No, that's for Tom for the win there. Yep.
Yep,
It don't
you heard
matter.
that.
We soft
Listen
I
to
serve.
know
Tom.
from
hard
personal
shit.
experience.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, we trust in you, Tom. We trust in you. Well, Tom, hey, as always, thank you. I'm always in debt to you for promoting the toxicity on your channel and on your community tab. Thank you. And well, we'll be doing more toxicity.
See,
Toxicity.
let me
in
show you. Says,
Dick Swinging soon.
I hate flowers. Give me ice cream. See,
You heard the man. Give him ice cream.
Facts.
All right. Be well, sir. No pun intended. Be well. And sub to Tom, not just on here where he's in the dark, but he also he does radio too. So
yeah, you never know when I'm gonna pop up and do that.
he might put on some lovemaking music. So you never know, guys.
I'm on a
breaking
link out
booty
to
shaking.
you, woman. Oh, laying down by the fire.
Now.
70s.
So, ladies, Tom is available to personally deliver your ice cream. So just send your request into him, and I'm sure he'll be happy to bring it to you.
If you tell
And
me
I
the
do
flavor, even better.
Exactly. Give him a
Send
heads
a
up. on the
flavor and a plane ticket.
It's Tom flavor. I do agree with Shellback though. Fuck Ben and Jerry's. So I would echo that sentiment. So yeah, I got a lot going on, which is great. Channel, I found 309 subscribers. Nick and Nick,
Nice.
I have a new weekly show which is on Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific. Nick was my guest on that yesterday. We had a good laugh, and I actually hit 300 while we were on that show. So thanks, Nick, buddy. That was you brung them in. You brung them in.
Oh, dude, that was all you, man.
I'm hoping to have some great guests going forward in that.
You will, dude.
Yeah, and as well as that, I'm obviously uploading videos on science fiction books, music, and so on. Some of my science fiction ones are taken off. Some of the older ones are taken off right now. So I'm very pleased. I don't know why they've popped back up. They're doing quite well.
Got some good stuff, 70s.
Yeah, well, thanks, mate. Yeah, I mean, science fiction's my bag. That and the music.
You know what it really is? It's as you're gaining people, they're starting to recommend you more. So like you haven't said any bad words or bad concepts, so they're like, oh, he's okay still.
Possibly, yeah. That's about to change.
Then the algorithm
He hasn't invited me on, so he's still okay.
Yeah, that will change. You'll also catch me Friday nights on Full Ball Productions MF or Cocktail Lounge. And I've got a second channel. My mentor is Tom, and he's mentored me to get a little radio channel going to in the style of Mead Radio. I never go on at the same time as him because I like to listen to Mead Radio, and I expect everyone to subscribe to it because it's
Doing pretty
fun. Good. Yeah, it's good stuff, mate. So yeah, I got a little radio channel going too. Done a couple of streams on that. So yeah, plenty going on, and it's all good, clean fun.
Question: Can you play your records on that?
I am playing copyrighted music, rock stuff, whatever. I've found that when I get to about the hour mark, I start to get the message coming up around.
Yeah, that's why I
blocked.
pad them out a little bit. Yep.
And I padded them out today with some advert stuff that I'd made, some clips in between, and
did it help at all?
Still got to about the hour, and I started getting the messages.
I get about 90 minutes usually.
Yeah, I didn't get taken down, but I started to get the messages.
You need to pad it out with some good old hockey footage.
That's actually,
hockey fights are always great.
Yes,
there might be some audio hockey stuff. Yes, I'm thinking about that. So I've got some old adverts. Like Tom's Mead Radio is a fantastic model for anyone who wants to try.
All of Canada just got interested. So,
all of Canada. Well, yeah, I don't know about all of Canada, but you know.
Just don't say that.
You're talking about hockey, eh?
Yeah, I can't really talk about my team, the Dallas Stars, because they got beat by the worst team in the league today at home, the Montreal Canadiens. So
Edmonton Oilers. Oh no, Edmonton's the worst.
Montreal are the worst team in the league, and they beat us on our own ice. So fuck the Quebecois.
All right, Yeti.
It's not their fault.
Okay, so I just released a new video finally. So the Book of Boba Fett meets the Power Rangers. Go watch that because I think it's probably one of my best. I had a couple people tell me it was my video of the year, so check that out. I'm going to go game with Mad. We're gonna like smash our joysticks together, and that should be good fun. And tomorrow, check out the Mad Barber Boys on Mad's channel, and go subscribe to him, or I'll cut you. So. That's that.
All right, killer. Well, hey, Yeti, thank you for returning, and yeah, as long as you want to stay on here, man, I'll add you to the.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having me. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, no, dude, you're good. Hey, if you want, you're welcome to stay. So this is me letting you know. No, if you want to stay on, for whenever you're available, come on. You're one of the toxic ones now. So congratulate yourself. This is.
Oh, thank you.
Big deal. Yes.
Oh, Mad's not here anymore.
He probably fell asleep.
He's going to set
Make
up
sure
the
you
game,
go
maybe.
subscribe to him because he is criminally undersubbed.
He is.
After
And
he gets
I-
to plug his shit, he's too important to stick around.
He's too important to stick around.
Yeah, he's here to simp for him.
Yeah.
Matt's away to lube. Matt's away to lube up his joystick. So it's
Lube up his joystick. Oh my god. Anyways, all right. Thank you again, chat. Those that stick around. Once again, appreciate all the new faces. Thank you. Hopefully, you like what you saw. I know I'm repeating myself, but Rumble in the Bronx next week. This week I got a Mickey Mouse rant coming up because every now and then Mickey Mouse gets mad about something and he has to go South Park voice, and he's not happy with how much money Spider-Man has made and that he's only got a 25% cut on it. So Mickey's got some shit to say about that. That will be out this week, and I will finally get recording on this son of a bitch tomorrow. So that's going to happen. So review is coming for this.
size.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's gonna be amazing. So keep your eyes and ears open for those videos. And I'll be taking a big dump with Scott on Sporking this weekend as well for the dump. So see you all there. And yeah, next week Rumble in the Bronx, and you'll get Park Cars on Comics Division. And every now and then too, you now catch me on a little bit of that mead with Tom and Jesse and the boys. So thank you again. We'll talk to you all soon. You all have a magical evening. Goodbye, good fight, and good night.